two.
Estrogen.
Ooh, damn. This is like, I love watching this stuff. You learn so much from this stuff. That's crazy.
Balanced levels of estrogen are necessary in men. However, our population has seen a massive rise in male estrogen levels over the past 50 years, leading to all sorts of dangerous health issues. Now, what are some of the signs that a guy would have high estrogen levels, or what's known as...
You're in that lower two.
I don't aim lower. I'm not going to aim lower. I'm just going to stop being such a nice person.
But the fact that here's some realities. Women control access to sex and determine whether or not a life is brought into the world. Men control access to relationships and marriage. So you can aim whatever you want to, but unfortunately, men across the board, low value to high, control access to relationships. That's what we control. So this is what I was saying earlier. Ladies, across the board, you can have your standards, your point of view, but when it comes right down to it, the way you guys were talking is if you had leverage over the kind of men that was in the discussion. You don't. Those men have leverage over the women. You're not competing. You're competing with the women around him. Everything that you ladies are saying, I won't tolerate this, such and so forth. There are plenty of other women who be like, shit, okay, fine, whatever. Is that it? No problem.
Saying we're not 1% like they?
I'm saying that there are more women wanting them than there are men. There's 1%. That means 99% aren't. And almost 100% of women want the same 1% of men. The Petro principle. Oh, yeah. There are more women trying to... Okay, you've all been into a club at some point in your life. There's a regular club and there's VIP. The guys who are in VIP are looked at differently than the guys who are standing on line.
That's not fair, Kevin.
Well, what the guys at VIP had to make... See, the thing is, one thing that most women don't seem to realize, and it's very simple. Women are born with inherent value. So they really can't understand the concept that we men have to deal with. We have to make ourselves valuable. So when men hear that we have to make ourselves valuable, we accept the world as it is, and we don't sit back and say, well, it's not fair. We just deal with the world as it is. Here's the principle. Women can never objectively understand the male journey and struggle, so don't try to explain. In general, they see everything through rose-colored glasses, being born with inherent value.
I took a lot of crap about Shira, but she does have one thing going for her. She's not as crazy as Corrigan.
Men are not.
Y'all had your struggle. The women are still struggling right now.
I was gonna say it's way harder to be a woman than a man.
I said value, man.
I thought this place already smelled about as bad as
No, you went to how hard it is. I said value.
Nothing's ever as bad as it could get.
I said value.
You're entitled to something better because your struggle has been harder.
No, see, men don't think we're entitled to anything. That's why we said don't even. No, what I said was men should not try to explain.
If you weren't entitled, you wouldn't sit here and tell them I don't deserve the same.
No, you can knock the sign language off. It doesn't work on me. What I was saying is men should not try to objectively articulate your struggle and journey to be a man because women are born with inherent value. See,
Kevin, she's not listening.
I know, and I'm about to run, but I'm going to say this for the audience. Thank you for having me on, guys. And these are valuable back and forth because what needs to happen more often than not is women who have these strong beliefs just question their beliefs. Question why they believe what they believe.
I'll let you die, you
and
stupid
then
cow.
if it stands up, it stands up. If it doesn't, okay. But it's not. We're not being fair. We're not being rude. We're not being evil or argumentative. Women are used to one-way discussion, and that time has passed. Thank you, guys.
All right, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
How many subscriptions are you paying for? Rocket Money finds sneaky or forgotten subscriptions and makes canceling them as easy as clicking a button. On average, Rocket Money users save over 7...
Kevin's here.
Kevin Samuels in the house?
All right, let's... Okay,
yeah,
guys,
bring him in.
Welcome
bring
to Kevin.
All right, shout out Kevin Samuels in the house, man.
Welcome, Kevin.
What's going on, people?
What's up, man? Good.
Hey.
Hi. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hi.
So we're talking about two different things. One, part of image called digital footprint. Once it's on the internet, it's forever. And I don't know all your backgrounds, but I would tell you as an image professional People have spent upwards of $100,000 to remove everything off the internet, and they still can't get it done. Find me a Fortune 2000 CEO that is happy to have naked pictures of his woman out there. Men care. We are territorial. So just like the one woman who says the married people there, that's anecdotal. And one thing I want to ask all the women there, Myron's been trying to teach you what men think, and you've been pushing back. Why is it so hard for you that you accept that you think differently than you do?
Sorry, here. Yeah, you can go around, guys. You guys talking to Mike. Start here and then go around.
I mean, it's not hard to accept that. It's just saying that's what we have our own opinion as well. So, I mean, I accept a man's opinion and how he feels, but like how I said, I'm not going to go for the guy that thinks that way. I'd rather stay single and find somebody that thinks the way I do.
Well, okay, so understand something. You control access to sex. You control access to relationships. So it's not your choice.
It's the man's choice, and it's the man that accepts
it. Right. So we're not talking about a man that you don't value. See, a man that you value, a woman values. See, this all sounds well and good for when you're in a power position with a man and you can take him or leave him. But what about a man that you want?
I don't want a man that doesn't want me. I'm sorry to say. So you could ask my question.
Okay, so basically what you've said is you haven't met a man that you valued higher than yourself.
I've met a man that I value higher than myself, but I wasn't ready around that time because I was not ready. Now that I look back at it, I'm like, okay, I should have valued that man because he was good enough for me because he accepted me for who I am. But coming across other men that are not like that, I mean, I'm not going to take a guy that doesn't accept me for who I am. I'm just going to be like, okay, on to the next one, to the man that actually accepts me for who I am. So if you ask a different woman this question that actually wants to pursue a man that she's interested in and doesn't like her for what she does, then she might just give you the answer that you're looking for. But for me,
I'm looking for what I'm looking for is the truth and how well you.
That's my truth. But I'm being honest.
Okay. What I'm looking for, I'll let you speak. Can I have the opportunity?
Yes, sir.
What I'm looking for is not your truth. I'm looking for the truth. The truth is not really subjective. That's one thing that with modern women. Okay, I mentioned in my program. Whenever you press modern women, it tends to get the truth becomes subjective, variable, or extreme. Now, when you say you're not looking for a particular man, that's fine. But my thing is this: when women are looking to finally settle down and be found by someone, men think differently. Especially men with options.
I agree with that. But there's different women, different personalities, and different people in this world. So, like how I said before, I'm sticking to what I'm saying. I'm not like most women. But if you ask a woman that is like that, of course, she's going to be like, well, I want to settle down. And I want to look at a
like I said, it's always, how do you? Okay. You'll think differently probably about 37.
No, I've already thought about this. I already told myself if I don't find anybody that accepts me for who I am, I'm just gonna go to sperm bank and just raise a child myself. But
this is the buy dog, die alone, and guess what? You're free to have that. You're free to have those.
I love who I am.
That's the beautiful thing about this country. Women are free to buy dogs, have sperm bank children, and die alone. No one's going to stop you. But I'm talking about the kind of caliber of men that you women would want. See, like I said, again, this is easy to say when you're in a power position, you're still at the peak or closer to the peak of your highness, but 10 years from now, it will change. It always does. Halle Berry's complaining about child support and bitching about having to pay money. And I don't think anybody on this panel is hotter than Halle Berry was, and not the hottest woman in the world 4 years in a row, 4 years running. So,
see my mother grow, but a man. I mean, I don't know. Like I've seen my mother grow, and she's been in 2 marriages, and she was not posting her ass out there, and she got tried by my stepfather, and my dad too. And I mean, like I've seen how my mother has been always a good woman, and these men in general, certain men, not all men, because I can't say all men are the same. I'm not going to be sexist or biased in that sense. But I'm
okay, that's pretty cool she said like that.
Most men don't appreciate somebody. So I see my mother raise me, the type of woman that I am, and she's always told me, you don't need somebody to define you. So if you want to have somebody to define you, I don't
Very final assumption. Destined for everyday life. Call to find out how you want, at the price you want. Download the Pride Adapt now.
What's your father? Your stepfather?
My stepfather.
What did he do?
He owns a separate company for cement.
Okay, so your mother was an exceptional earner.
Yeah, she's an exceptional earner.
Okay, alright, so her options and your options, most of his options are different. Your mother raised you to have, you can believe what you, I'm not trying to change what you believe, but what I'm trying to understand is how often your mother would understand how big. See, that's what Myron was saying. I'm getting anecdotal, my mom, my this, my that. Do you understand how men think?
I do. I have a conversation with my father all the time.
That's one man. Because I don't, there's no way, if you guys truly understood how men think,
Corrigan mentioned the quarry we're heading toward was overrun. I take it we're going to need to tread carefully.
This is what's happened when you tend to speak to women who are younger and kind of around the people. They're heartless. The world is still your oyster. Now, if you want to make examples based upon an eye surgeon, all right, I know many people whose mothers are eye surgeons, but most women need a man to get from one point in life to another because you earn less than us. The average median income for the woman in this country is $25,123. The average man is $36,000 a year. You need two incomes. So most people can't get to the end of life. So this whole variable notion about I'll just have a baby on my own, something and so forth, unless you're talking about making $150,000 to $200,000 for the rest of your life, I don't know how you plan on doing that. That's the goal. What are your high income skills though?
I'm studying cybersecurity, engineering, and I can make up to 120 to 200K a year. So I'm
a chemical engineer. That is what I mean. But that's more than you cherish what a man brings to the table. It's like if a man can't pay his way, pay 100% of the way to you guys, he's not. Well, I think you guys are going to realize something in the next 10 years. The world has told you that you can have it all. You can't. Life is about choices and trade-offs. We're about.
I have a quick question. Piggybacking on the idea that she said that she'd like to raise a kid on her own, what about those women that didn't necessarily, we were talking about like the full comparison, what about the women that didn't choose to raise a kid on their own?
Yeah,
obviously, for example,
You're asking me?
Well, you and like everyone else.
First of all, women, of the 50+% divorce rate, women are filing 78% of all divorces. Women are choosing to wreck their own homes every day. Men are not choosing to wreck their own homes. The women are single men. That's a choice that women are making.
Why? Because there wasn't a trust. You think that's bad?
Okay, now here we go with the ad hominem stuff. We put the same old scrolls.
And
we go with the same old scrolls. Yeah, this is the same stuff that's been piped into the culture there. So when a woman chooses to break her home, it's always the man's fault.
I was more so asking a question from like the child's like first day of birth, right? Children have birth certificates, and it's the woman's like responsibility to sign it. It's not the man's responsibility to sign it. They don't have to sign it. Like
wait.
So I was asking.
No, it's not true.
Okay, so
hold on. It's not, ma'am, that's not true. If you're married, it's your responsibility to sign your child's birth certificate.
But if you're not, is what I asked.
That's the point. You should marry before you carry.
That's an opinion.
That's not an opinion. That's fact. It's statistically psychology. Children do better in a two-parent household in general. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I don't understand what that necessarily is.
Because the child has the because of the that's institutions they advocate for the rear of the primary. What you're still hearing is a lot of women on the panel who understand your point of view. You're hearing less and less about anything on men. It's always, every time I've asked a question about a man, it's been something negative, something detracting.
Road's clear.
Nothing is positive.
That's our way to the quarry.
I just simply asked a question in regards to, like, because you said, oh, do you expect to make 100 to 200,000 to support that child? In regards to Valentina, so I was just curious, like, what you think about the women who don't have a choice in that?
Well, you do have a choice. You just don't like your choices. You chose the man you laid down and made a baby with. You chose to bring a child into the world for that man. Then you can choose to do your duty.
But psychologically, like we were speaking earlier.
So hold on. Again, those are your choices. See, those are choices. And right now, again, I want you guys to go back and clip this. Every time I've talked about a man, there's been something negative or downside. Yet to hear anything positive about anything regarding a man relationship or the benefit of a man and a woman working together.
Does that have what to say about the man or us, though?
Right.
Yeah. Because if we have nothing positive to say, then in our experience, there's been nothing positive.
Well, if that's the case, you've picked it.
So everything is our choice, right?
Yes. And it's like you chose. Yes, you picked. Yes, ma'am. Just like every man you've chosen, there's been other men who may have been suitable, but they may not. He's not called. He's not this. He's not that. There are no women on this panel that are hideous. You get to pick. See, what you cannot do is what women typically try to do: absolve themselves from all accountability and consequence.
I believe that everybody gets consequences for what they choose to do. However,
well, I don't hear any on this panel. But you just said what you said. What about the women who did this? What about the mothers who didn't choose?
I didn't list anything. I specifically asked your question in regards to children.
I said the woman who just spoke before you.
Oh, okay.
I like how he talks.
I feel like I can't even say.
Yeah, you can't get aware of that. That's okay.
But when you're saying like give birth to a kid, like what about if you found out you're pregnant when you're 7 months pregnant without pregnancy? Like it was like you're having a baby. That's
what?
Or getting up to baby for adoption. That's one.
Well, first of all, to answer your question, most women don't find out they're pregnant in month 7. I mean, that's the norm. Especially with all medical technology today. Even though you have a monthly cycle, it does not come. That's trick 1. Find out you had a baby on the way. You have the option to give it up for adoption. You don't have to exercise it. It's still a choice.
Okay.
And then you were saying something about marriage certificate, right?
No, I was asking about the birth certificate. I asked why in most cases it's the mother's responsibility to take care of a child instead of the father. Usually, like the court what's immediately
if you have a child and you're married, and the divorce is not final, before the child is made, it goes up to Steve, but it's just like that.
Let your son finish and then you can make your point.
If you're married and they find yourself divorced, and your ex-wife has a baby less than 11 months after you're pregnant, after your divorce is final, the father's name, the husband's name goes on the ex-husband's name goes on the birth certificate. That's federal law. So it's not, so this just automatically off the my name is the word.
I'm asking not everyone has children after the marriage. You guys are focusing on the relationship that comes with marriage.
We have a choice.
And we have children.
It's a choice if a woman has a child before she's married or not. That's 100% her choice.
He's trying to say one has to take accountability and have a child out of the way. That's what he's saying.
But why not the men? That's what I'm asking.
Because I'll answer you. Because this is what, okay. Can a man force a woman to have a child? It is a woman's choice when their life is a child is born. Men have no right to stop the conception. My mother she chose to not get married and she chose the concept of purpose and solution as a child.
Our choice as women. He's right on that because it's our choice as women. We make that choice, and
we make those conscious decisions. What I'm saying is, you can't control like beta.
No, I get where you're coming from. Like, you're basically stating like, okay, I had sex with this person, why can't I take responsibility too? I get that, but like, it's also a man's choice if he doesn't want to be there, but it's also your choice if you want to keep it.
The psychological aspect, like we were talking about earlier. Like he said, it's a man.
What it comes down to is, let's just keep it stacked now. Most women don't have any type of accountability. Child rearing, having children, and the consequences that come with it. You pick who you have sex with. Women have unilateral control on who gets born in the United States. Men have zero access to that. So if you're a single mom, it's your fault. And then on top of that, let's also add on that women initiate 80% of divorces and most breakups. So it's not that the father isn't in the life. A lot of the time, he's not allowed to be in the child's life. If we're going to keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I agree with you. I know some women like that.
I understand what you're saying.
And a lot of women use a child as a pivotal point to exercise leverage to cause pain in the man's life. It happens all the time.
This is why marry before you carry, because in the example you were giving about if a woman does this, most time when a man is having sex with a woman, it is not to get her pregnant.
You're heading back across the
They're having casual sex.
Better than where you're
It's not like he said, you know what, let's have sex and I want you to be the mother of my child. If a woman, and this is the thing where I tell men, don't trust a woman on birth control. You're not touching her back up twice, because if she gets pregnant, you lose.
Then with lithium perchlorate to generate
you lose because it doesn't matter what she said before. After she's pregnant, you lose all right.
The truck will be like,
because it's 100% her control. See, I believe in a world where women have freedom of choice.
Oxygen.
You choose to be a mother, you choose not to be a mother. But I also believe in a world where men have the right to do a financial abortion. You can kill a baby, I should not be able to have to take care of it if you choose to make me a father when I don't want to be.
Comes from old batteries from Earth.
That's understandable. But it's circumstantial, like I said before. In my opinion.
Well, but here's the thing.
Accessible for
Let's be
years.
real.
There's bound
The
to still
child
be some
support
of them
system
around.
was fair to where if a woman chose to,
We find the
that man
battle.
could actually sign off his rights, not be financially responsible, not have you come after it. Do you think the out of wedlock birth rate would stay steady, increase, or decrease?
Decrease.
Thank you.
Because he's right. He's 100% right on that one.
I gotta see you guys later. Appreciate it. I'll be on in a couple of weeks too. This is gonna be fun.
So basically what he's saying is, and I really agree with everything, it's all about choice. So if a girl doesn't take accountability over the actions that she makes, and it's nothing about blaming men, why would a man want to be with that woman? Just saying, it's just like, why don't men, say like me, for instance, can't find me to go, attractive. Say if I get in good shape tonight, say if I drop down to, say, like 12% body fat, and I get skinny and that, and I get more bulky and that, and then I'm still the same broke to say I'm down. I like to work out. I think it's fun. And then just to say, finally a woman decides to attract me, say at the gym. And also, she doesn't know nothing about me. We just go to the gym together. And also, she might be like, let's go hang out. Like, okay. So if you want to come over, we can hang out. She comes over, hangs out. She sees that I live with my parents and that. And she comes in my room and then she's be like, you live with your parents? I'm like, yeah, I think it's easier to survive when you're in a group. I mean, yes, being successful comes from many different things. One is family. I think a lot of people don't understand that. You can always build a bigger house if you have more people to build that bigger house. So for instance, like if someone sat there and they say everyone works in the family and all the money combined, you can all be rich. You can all have millions of dollars. So say like if my brothers came back in and and they combine their money together. And they say they do their own things now, but they say we all saved up together and that. You can make millions of dollars faster if you did it together. But when they try to do it solo, it's nearly impossible because they're too busy paying all these bills and that. There ain't many bills to pay if you got 5, 6 people living in the house now, is there? You can always make the house bigger. You can always have your own place. So, like, for instance, like, what's going to happen with me? I'm going to have my own room, 100%. I already know it. I'm going to have my own bathroom downstairs, and I'm going to have my own stuff. It's just be added on to the house. If not, the house is probably going to end up getting demolished and we'll end up making a new house. Which is probably maybe one of the possibilities of it happening. I'm not 100% sure, but, like, yeah. That'd be kind of cool. As I say into my other streams and that, like, I always talk about people saving up money and that and doing stuff and that. Like, actually, I got my fucking state check, which is being kind of shit. And I always like count the money that I've saved up and everything. But the way I look at it, this is probably why I want a girlfriend. One of the reasons why I want a girlfriend because I want to build something together to make it better. And that would be astounding. Honestly, I think that'd be the best thing ever. And I would say that's one of the hardest things to do nowadays because some people want too much or people can't be trusted. Oh, you know where the fuck is it? Where's it at? Pictures. Let's see pictures. I still can't find anything. Oh well. Not worried about it. I'm gonna delete this fog or take a little now. It's gonna be. Cool.
Jacob always have to be so surly. He's putting a real negative energy over this expedition.
Damn, dude, that shit costs so fucking much to level up. Fuck.
Just, I hope you won't be gone too long, Outrider. There were some roars of rather frightening creatures from over just yonder. This is gonna work. Just seal the vents, seal the doors, no air will get into the truck. If we do this, we can survive the forest. I know it. I know it. I know it.
Oh, man.
My name is Chris, and when I was 19 years old, I was diagnosed with a pituitary tumor that almost killed me. Long story short, the tumor was blocking my hormone production. I was put on antidepressants and synthetic tea for treatment. I ended up gaining over 70 pounds. Everything in my life, from grades to girls, fell apart.
It is. You gotta either adapt with it or complain, but that's all you really can do.
Yeah.
Adapt or complain.
Yeah. Men complain when they're young and can't get girls. Women complain when they're older and can't get a husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I think just going back to the question, though, I think a little unfortunate that you guys don't want to at least even just say that you think that it's wrong, the reality is wrong. Because look, that the fact that that's the reality. Of course, yeah, I see that. But the fact that you guys just can't answer my question and say yes, I think it's wrong. It's a little telling. And you know what? You guys are saying the whole time we don't want to answer questions, but you guys didn't want to answer my question. So
They could be incapacitated and
you guys, you said no multiple times. You guys,
Three batteries should be enough.
But that's fine.
I'll give you a long ass answer of why reality is the way it is.
But if you would have asked,
like back then?
Okay, well, what
It was always rough, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, well, don't worry about what other people are.
Back on Earth, it was dark times.
This is the difference between how men and women think. This is a perfect example right now.
To
Guys,
survive
take your
all
fucking
that,
notebooks down.
only to end up somewhere
Notice
worse.
how we said we
It's made
accept
him even
reality,
worse.
right, for what it is. Fuck our feelings.
Sure.
We accept it for what it is.
But it maybe goes a way
You
to
guys want
explain
us to get on the female lens and feel it's wrong or right. Our hope. And we're telling you that reality is immoral, so we don't care. Men aren't. Our feelings are irrelevant. We accept objective reality. So, oh, how do I feel about this? We don't feel anything. We accept it.
I understand the reality, but this was the part of the show that you guys were saying, do you have any questions for us? And I was asking you for your opinion, and you guys were saying, oh, I can't comment on this. Maybe you guys should just watch this podcast back and see what I was saying, because I feel like you guys are not understanding. Or you just you don't want to say the words, which I understand because this is what your podcast, like, relies on. This is your whole basis of your podcast. You guys are, like, reframing misogynistic ideals for modern men to consume and view it. So, but that was my question, and if you guys don't want to answer it, that's fine.
What was misogynist? Yeah, can you tell us what was misogynistic about the podcast? Please tell us.
You guys can just scroll through your Instagram page, you guys.
Can you tell us what was misogynistic? Just one thing.
One thing?
Because that's a pretty serious claim. It is. That's a pretty,
You guys have your preferences, and you guys have your preferences, which is fine, but there are definitely some misogynistic tendencies you guys have, especially throughout your Instagram page. Yeah, for example, on one of your posts, I believe you said there was an example that you wanted to hook up with a girl, she didn't want to hook up with you, which is fine, like you said. You said it was fine.
This one looks intact.
But I had to put her in her place. So I said, okay, guys, the girl don't want to hook up with you, that's fine, but put her in her place. You gotta call another girl in front of her and let her know it. It just seems like you're not what I thought. Like, people are so upset by the fact that a woman doesn't want to be easily gifted. A lot of your ways to disrespect her instead of just leaving her apartment and going, yeah, but she doesn't know anything. You want to go see the 5 girls after that? That's fine. But it's like, guys don't have those misogynistic tendencies. And I see in the comments, going off in the comments, and it's just like, but I get it. This is the base of your podcast. This is why guys watch your podcast. Your fan base is what you guys know a lot of the time, I'm sure. But I think it's interesting to hear, and I thank you for inviting me. And
all right, so hold on, no. I gotta go back.
No, of course, yeah.
So okay, so when a woman says I don't want to have sex, she's making a boundary essentially, right? She's saying she doesn't want to have sex, right? So what is wrong with me also having a boundary and saying if you don't want to have sex, now you no longer get my attention, leave? What is wrong with that?
No, there's something wrong with that.
Okay, so how is that misogynistic that I'm exerting a boundary as well in response to her exerting her boundary?
No, saying to leave is fine. I'm saying, you said that, like, no, guys, you gotta put her in her place. You gotta put her in her place, and in that moment, you gotta call a girl in front of her. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I said I'll call a girl in front of her, yeah. But the point is that you need to, remember, keep in mind that I'm teaching men, not women. So what a lot of guys will do is they'll let the girl sit there and continue to get their non-sexual attention and think it's okay. You're reinforcing undesirable behavior from the woman, and you're letting her know it's acceptable for you to withhold sex from her. And what I'm telling you, man, is no, that's not acceptable. Kick her out of your house. Just like you have the ability to exert your boundary. I don't want to have sex. I don't feel comfortable. Cool, that's fine. On the male side, I don't feel comfortable hanging out with you anymore now. You have to leave. The problem is this, ladies. Anytime a man exerts a boundary, right, of what he wants from a woman, especially if it's sexual, it's considered misogynistic. So in other words, it's okay for women to say what they want from men, but it is not okay for men to say what they want from women. And what we simply tell guys is, you have the option to kick her out too. You don't have to sit there and tolerate her leveraging sex against you for compliance. That is not misogynistic. Do you know what the definition of misogyny is?
I'm saying that's not you telling you to leave or you leaving is not misogynistic.
They don't even know.
No, it is behavior and or concepts of women.
Yes,
Where do you say behave women?
Where do you think women?
Very serious accusation. So if you're going to say that,
you didn't even call the woman a bitch on your podcast. Sorry for saying the B word.
How does me exerting a boundary show that I hate women?
No. Let her answer it.
Let her answer it.
Like you.
I already explained it wasn't exactly setting a boundary. You were saying in the video, oh, I have to put a woman in her place because she doesn't want to have sex with me. So I'm going to go ahead and call a woman in front of her just to the point of make her feel disrespectful. And it's just like, that type of behavior is just so unnecessary. If your ego is that hurt that a woman doesn't want to see you, then just leave. Or just tell her to leave. Like, why do you have to use this stuff like that? And then, like, on another video, you were on live calling a woman a bitch. She's like, I just think that's a really disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
Who leads relationships, men or women?
Who leads relationships?
Yeah.
Men most of the time, yeah.
Okay. So, by asserting dominance, what do you think? Taking leadership of the relationship, right? Or the interaction, correct?
That sounds so dumb. Like, why do you even...
Isn't moral. Said before. And nowhere in there did I say I hate women by exerting a boundary.
Bring them on
Like I
back
said,
and finish
there's
building the
nothing
purifier.
wrong with a woman saying I don't want to have sex. And it's also nothing wrong for me to say you need to leave and I'm going to call another woman. I'm in my own home. I can do what I want. If I want to call a woman in front of her, that's whatever. But that in no means I'm a misogynist.
I'm saying the way you talk about women, yeah, and it's just, I'm saying the way you were saying it. Oh, if a woman doesn't want to have sex with you, men, you have to put her in her place.
Okay,
like,
I
hate repeating myself.
You're going off of feelings. Like,
so it's not what he said, it's how he said it, right?
No, it is what he said. He said what he said in the video. You guys can play it or rewatch it. And like I said,
why does it even matter?
A woman a bitch. The
when did I call a woman?
What? So what if you call a girl a bitch? If she's being hateful towards you, that's a way of telling that person that's being hateful. There's nothing wrong with calling a girl a bitch.
It's on your Instagram page. I saw it yesterday.
Okay, so hold on.
What she do?
Hold on. Yeah, because that's the thing. I've called men bitches. I've called women bitches. I've insulted everyone. Here's the thing that you don't like. Women have fought for equality. Therefore, they're equal, and they can make their own decisions, correct? From a society standpoint, right? Same rights, same privileges, whatever. I can't think of a right or a privilege that a woman has that a man doesn't. I can find privileges that women have that men don't.
A lot.
So, with that said, women are free to make their choices. The difference is that there's consequences to these choices. You don't want to have sex? Now you must leave. Nothing misogynistic about me exerting a boundary just like she did. Number two, calling a woman a bitch. Under what context?
I don't think that...
Because if a woman is acting rude or crass, she can be called a bitch just like any other woman and or any other man.
What if she comes with
I insult everyone the same.
If we make it through, someone has to keep the briefcase and be safe when you're not around.
Women don't get privilege for being women just to act ridiculous and not be called out on it. If I call a woman a bitch, under what context was it? She probably did something wrong for me to call her that. Are you a misogynist because you refer to other women as bitches? I'm sure you have referred to other women as bitches. Are you a misogynist for that?
No, I'm right.
When women refer to other women as bitches, it's like, oh, hey, bitch. It's not like, you're a fucking bitch. Like, no, sorry.
Okay, have you never called a woman a bitch in a degrading form? To shit on her, are you fucking bitch? You've never done that.
Of course I've called a woman.
Are you a misogynist?
We're gonna
No, but I'm saying,
Flores.
I'm trying to say that in that video, what you were doing is like,
Keep doctors and Edie alive, and keep your stupid mouth shut.
You keep bringing up the damn feelings. No one cares about your damn feelings. Shut.
And like you were talking about women in a way that you have to teach them a lesson if they don't want to sleep with you. It's just like, why? Why can't a woman just not want to sleep with you because she doesn't want to sleep with you?
Why does it even matter?
And you don't have to take it. Why should there be consequences if I don't want to sleep with you?
If you don't want to sleep
I know. She's a
why
pain in
should
the
I
ass.
continue to give you attention? You're not entitled to my time or my attention.
Well, if you lay a hand
That's
on
the
her
problem. So women...
ever again, I'll run you over with this
women are
goddamn
not
frog.
entitled. I'm going to say that again. Women are not entitled to a man's time, attention, or resources if she does not want to reciprocate on her end and give him sexual access. You are not entitled to it. And for a man to exert boundaries and say, listen, you got to get out and or call another woman in front of her, it doesn't matter. You no longer want to give what the man wants. He's within his right to kick you out any way he sees fit, just like you are within your right to withhold sex from him.
Like you just said there should be consequences.
Shut the fuck! Oh my god!
So troubling. Like that is just. You don't see how that's weird? Like that's just weird.
So it's okay for you to have multiple dates with a guy.
Consequences?
Hold on. It's okay for you to go on multiple dates with a guy, right? Pay for everything, and you never sleep with him. That's okay too, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. Is he entitled to having sex with me just because he takes me on dates?
No, I'm saying if you go multiple dates with a guy, right, and you feel like, you know what, I don't want to give him sex. That's okay, right?
I think you should do whatever you want to do on guys, and like sexually, if you don't want to have sex with a man after 5 dates, you don't have to.
Perfect. So if he wants to call a girl in front of you, that's his prerogative, right?
Of course. I'm just saying he was saying to do that as a consequence because that's to shame a woman. It's because you're not having sex with me, I'm gonna call someone and make you feel some type of way.
Yes, because the consequence is him calling the girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing as a girl, punching a guy to have sex.
Punching a guy?
No, punishing.
Punishing a guy.
The point is that it's okay for women to withhold sex from men with zero consequence, but it's not okay to kick out girls and or hold them to some kind of consequence when they don't want to give sex.
You can do whatever you want. I just think that in the video that I'm talking about,
who cares?
Stuck away saying that there should, and like you just said, there should be consequences if she doesn't want to sleep with you. It's like at the end of the day, I'm sorry, guys, you're not entitled to your body, like regardless how many dates you go on.
We'll all be home for Christmas.
Yeah, and
how do I keep getting myself?
But that's
no. See, this is the thing.
Man.
And this is why this podcast is so important. Guys, this is the reality of the world. Women want to be able to exercise discretion to give you sex anytime they see fit, but they don't want you to exercise your discretion to withdraw attention and or time at any time you see fit when you no longer get what you want. No, I literally said, she doesn't want to give me sex, she's got to leave. But you guys have a problem with that when I say there's consequences. Just like it just...
No, I'm saying the manner in which you're going about it and saying that women have to be, like I said, have to be punished. Like there's consequences because you don't want to have sex with.
Yeah.
I have to make you feel bad because you don't want to have sex.
If a woman does not give you desired behavior, you should punish
her. And you're talking about women as if we're like these dogs that have to be submissive and like trained into being submissive creatures that, it's like there's just something wrong with that.
Well, just so you know, right? Most Western women are not feminine. So being part of that lifestyle, they genetically trained to be feminine. Like that's normal. So when it comes to
if you're gonna call someone a misogynist, then you never need to be able to back it up. So we will give you the access to the video. Which video was it? Let's go on our Instagram.
TikTok.
And pull it up.
I think TikTok. We post on Instagram.
Okay.
We need to fix the purifier.
What's the point, huh?
So go to Pressure Fit.
Yeah, I guess.
Worry about that later. Let's reseal
we're gonna go on the
door.
Pressure Fit one. And here's the thing. Like I said, this isn't to attack or anything, but it's just like if you're gonna make a claim and say someone's a misogynist, which is a pretty.
Look, I get how you feel, but it's a misogynistic. Man, that's a whole nother dime.
You guys may think that obviously it sounds like I'm being very harsh right now, but I'm not saying you guys are flat out going to be saying misogynistic things like, oh, women ain't, shit, whatever. But I'm saying I can tell that you guys have a lot of misogynistic tendencies in the way you think of me, and I feel like you guys should be a little, just be a little open-minded to that, I think. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, being open-minded to your flaws sometimes. I think everyone should.
So you're saying that we hate women?
When did I say that?
Yeah.
I said you're taking this too. I said like you guys, just like a lot of men have some misogynistic tendencies, and I think like you should be open to like maybe understanding some of your flaws. Just like I should be open to understanding my flaws. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We can all do things in our ways.
But we're asking you. You said we're misogynist. Okay, so all right, let's video with this.
I don't remember exactly where it was.
Down.
I'm still trying to think.
I think this one here.
Yeah. No. I don't want to have that one.
Yeah, no. That was him. Wait, alright. Here, this is it.
This is it, right? The girl that you're crib says, "Oh, I don't want to have any bedroom fun." Totally cool. You can't get mad. You basically get up, say, "All right, no problem. You're gonna go call another girl, okay?" And then what's gonna happen is you're gonna hear me talking to another girl. Competition anxiety spikes, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna go, "Listen, I respect your boundaries. I understand you don't want to have any bedroom fun, but I got my needs, and I'll see you later." And you tell her, simple as that, guys. Never, ever let a girl leverage bedroom fun against you to try to get some compliance. She's within her right to not give you the fun, but you're within your right to get the fun from somebody else. Don't be stupid. Don't chase the place.
Okay. What part about that was misogynistic? Please tell me, because that, to me, made common sense. If you
she got
guess what? I don't want to you up. I want to get laid. Hey, Susie, what's up? Come through. What's wrong with that?
So what is misogynistic about that video?
Of course, no. You have your right to whatever you want to do after that. But I'm saying, you don't see the part in the video where he's like, you said you have to manipulate the woman just because.
What? It had nothing to do with that.
Have sex with her. Yeah, like give her anxiety. Literally give the woman anxiety because she doesn't. Yeah, because she doesn't want to have sex.
Because it sure as hell doesn't look like we're getting mad here.
You just said it. Yeah.
She can leave anytime.
No, it's okay.
Respect her boundaries.
Something happens.
What's part of that?
You have to create a competition anxiety. So you want to give a woman anxiety because she doesn't want to have sex with you?
Okay, obviously you don't understand how women work.
You said it in the video.
Who the hell are you people?
Video too, where, like, if that's what
all your questions will be answered when we reach Dr. Skirlock.
Exactly.
It's too late.
We're not clearly they don't respect it because you guys are saying we're misogynist for exerting that boundary.
You should be people will die. People, like, you have to be.
You fucking die with them.
You don't have to, but it's the right thing to do.
I'm not threatening them, asshole.
You could be like, hey,
she clearly doesn't consider
you
my
don't have
feelings.
to call her in front of the girl.
Here's the thing.
You could just be like, hey, can I gotta do something.
Why should I respect her feelings when she's not giving me what I want?
Is in this?
She's not respecting my feelings. So why should see? That's the problem.
My name is
Nathan Skirlock. I want you to treat me like a princess regardless of whatever. I want you to give me the attention, whatever. But when a man puts his foot down and says, listen, I have boundaries too, and I have requirements as well. You don't want to fuck it out. And I was very polite about it too. If I call another girl, right? Here's the thing. I can't choose how a woman feels.
It's
you can see,
if I call another girl,
one breakthrough of mine,
it's called competition anxiety, which means other girls want guys that other women want to be with.
Just tell us how it works.
Yeah. Another girl that she feels competition anxiety. It's not my fault that she feels that way.
The fungus wasn't always like
what
this.
I'm going to do. How she
DNA
feels
was
is
altered.
irrelevant to me.
Right.
My
it's fine that she does.
The fungus
that
against
you can
itself.
tell her, hey,
here,
I'm looking for like
we're
a close
brave
up
enough
or
to reach
whatever.
us,
So
free
like,
to live in peace.
So basically what he's saying, basically what Fit is saying, that's the guy that's talking, I think his name is like Malcolm or whatever.
A small ceremony each month, just in time for one.
Why should a man have to worry about a woman's feelings as much as that woman doesn't worry about the man's feelings?
We're not planning on staying long.
So like, that's probably what's happening with me. So when I give out my phone number towards a woman and that, I'm expecting her to call me. I'm expecting her to text me. I'm expecting her to at least generalize, say, hey, hello, how you doing type thing. When that woman doesn't do that, she don't give a fuck about me. That means she really doesn't care. And, you know, that's why I give out my number. instead of me taking their number, because if I text them, they're going to text me back anyway. Because the interest has to be high enough. Of course, you can blame me with that, but I am who I am. You like me for who I am right now, or I just don't point at all. So, like, my problem is, like, my last stream I just did, I got overly emotional with some stuff and that. I went back to my traits of saying, you know, that's not fair kind of bullshit and that. And that has always been my problem.
Curious to see what his game's about.
To accept it. So when I look at from other people's perspective, especially people that have more money than me, women always say, "Oh, you have to pay for, you have to give, you know, what you give for me." I'm giving you knowledge. I'm giving you respect. I'm giving you something that most guys probably normally don't give you. And yes, money is a thing in that, but what's a cheap date? $50, maybe $60. Fuck, $40. $40 is cheap as day.
Hey, you remember my tunes I used to play? Like it was yesterday. I can still remember some of them. Please stop, Jacob. I'm serious. Jacob, I'm just kidding.
That's always been my problem. I have a fear with this crap, and every time I get confident in that, when I get shut down, it fucking just like hurts. That's what I tell people, like, I'd rather not do anything at all. Because girls are working at it, it's like, you always talk about women now. I talk about women now because, you know, I'm trying to understand why it's so difficult for a man to find a woman. When not all women think the same, obviously, no. But, like, the more attractive looking a woman either thinks or that is, the harder it is for a man to get with unless he has a huge amount of resources or has something that is noticeably more than the average man. I'm like, I accept that I live on my, you know, I live with my parents and that. I mean, that's not going to stop because I feel that family is valued very high. And if I do find a woman that I get that life stuff together and that, then yeah, more or less likely it's going to be nice. And then I'm not going to sit there and be playing games and that because I'll be legitimate. That's all I'm saying. You know, because when men get too much emotionally involved with things, like I was just doing on my other stream, you don't think right. It's constantly always an attitude thing or a complaining thing. Damn, motherfucker. I didn't have my own idea why. I should have been focused on making fucking money.
Hey, you got a plan of what we're gonna do about all these deserters?
We're not doing anything with them, Bailey.
Are you kidding me? These people abandoned the ECA. They're traitors.
We're sticking with the mission. You can go back to Corrigan empty-handed, or you can fall in line.
I think I hate being rejected. I fucking just like when I know it's coming, it's just like, oh my god, it's so fucking annoying. That's all it is. Being rejected sucks. And when women have more power than men when it comes down to like relationships, the guy has to try so fucking damn hard.
Outrider, this is Dr. Skurlock. I must profess it has been a delight to have met yourself and your companion.
We're grateful for the help, Doctor. But I have to ask, your antidote to the fungus, why do you keep it to yourselves out here? Our people are trapped in the valley. If they knew that...
Yes, if they knew. Think about it. What's the first thing they would do? They would be so afraid of the other side getting it. They'd have me locked up. War is all they know how to think about. Those narrow-minded, tribal idiots. Out here, it's different. We are all free. We don't live in fear of our neighbors slitting our throats. Men and women, allies and enemies. Here, nature, the elements, are our only enemy.
Sounds too good to be true.
Well, we do what we can do. Resources are scarce. But you and your companions may stay as long as you need.
I see you get another fucking job or work. Yeah, I was waiting for my fucking inheritance, which is gonna come in pretty soon. I think my grandparents were. It's like the perfect time to get a good amount of money set up, because I already know that I'm gonna have a difficult time saving because of this fucking inflation crap.
Wouldn't exist without Skurlock and his vaccine.
Like, I get paid the same amount I got paid.
Did I do anything for you?
I think it was like 10 years ago. Well, everything was like $9 an hour, not $10 an hour now. I get paid $13 now. I'm getting paid more than I ever did, but I still have no money. I mean, I have money now. I could be more saving than that, but like... all I want is minimum wage, honestly. All I want is $15 an hour. If I get more $15 an hour than that, then yeah, I'll be good, but... If I was working at Hooters now, or White Castle, my God, I was making lots of fucking money. For myself. I was saving over like 1,000, literally over 1,000 a freaking month. And if I was still working there, I probably have like fuck. I bet about 15, close to $20,000 in my account right now. That's always my biggest problem, man. I like to flirt around with girls now. I really gotta stop doing that shit. That's the only bad thing about me. I get attracted to a little too easily sometimes.
Exactly as we left it.
You have something in common. Get that oil pump, will you?
That's always been my weakness, man. It's always been my issue. Drives me crazy. Whoops. Fuck.
Okay, got the pump.
It's fine, like, I could have somebody over, but to actually call somebody in front, like, that's kind of like, like a little disrespectful. Lame.
It's disrespectful. Hold on. No. It's disrespectful that she doesn't want to have sex.
Disrespectful that a woman doesn't want to have sex.
Because okay, it's disrespectful because I've spent my time hanging out with this woman, and she doesn't want to have sex. So therefore, she doesn't want to have sex. Cool. You gotta leave now. Like I said, that's the problem. Like, it is okay for women to exercise they're able to leverage sex against men for compliance, but it's not okay for men to leverage attention for compliance.
Well, that's been established, so that's what it is.
Yeah, but it's applied though, because if you're going on a date with a guy and then you're like, you know what, I'm going on a date with a guy, spend hours with him, have him spend money, then you go to his place, you want to have sex. That's mad disrespectful. Why don't you tell him in the first place, you know what, I don't like you that much, but if you're the woman, say, hey, you know what, I don't like you that much, but let's be friends and then see what happens. No sex tonight. Tell them up front. Don't wait. Don't play this kind of monster.
I have a perspective and I have a different type of view. So, in my opinion, I feel like if you go on a date with a guy and you don't like the guy, and let's say, like you said, you've been dating for a long time, if he invites you to his house, don't go to his house. Some girls go to a guy's house and like they're in bed with the guy and they're cuddling with the guy and they're there making out with you, doing the most, and then when the guy tries to make a move, they're like, whoa, I'm out of here. Like, no, don't end up in his room, in his bed if you don't want to do anything.
There you go.
From the beginning, if you're at dinner and you have no intentions of being with that guy, do not go home with them.
I go work in the morning. I gotta go home early.
You don't have to do that. Cuddling and the whole thing, that's not going to work.
The point I'm trying to make, which you guys just don't understand, is a man's attention is not free, just like your sex isn't free. He is not entitled to spend another second with you if you don't want to fuck. And that's the problem that women have here.
That girl was spot on. That girl was really spot on. She would say it's always to go towards the girl doesn't have to go home with them. If he doesn't like him, then it's either be up front or you don't have to go home with him.
Taught me? You think you taught me anything, old man?
I see, that's what I like about this. They're actually being quite fair about it. You know, some guys like me just be fucking assholes. Like, hey, so it's like,
She definitely got her temper.
You don't want to bang me? I'll be upset. I'm like, I wasted my time. That's what happened before. I wasted 3 months hanging out with this girl and she didn't want to do anything.
Right to hear the full story.
This happened to me. I wasted. I mean, not with all girls. Now, some girls, man, they're pretty fucking. They jumped on the boat very quickly.
Even left Earth.
You know, because they see the potential in that.
To the Caravel orbit station.
But that one girl not, so I don't know where they're coming from. We fucking made out, we cuddled and that, and then whenever I tried to ask her out, like we want to go on, you know, relationship-wise, she denied me 100% and went out with a dude because he had a six-pack. Dude was ugly as fuck. He was an ugly-ass man. I seen a picture of him. He was an ugly-faced man. Like, the dude was fucking hideous. But he was skinny. He was like at like 10% body fat. And then later on, you know, what only happens because of a fucking dumb choice.
Well, sweet.
He ended up getting her pregnant. She ended up aborting the baby and that or whatever it is. And then she complained bitch and moan about it when I called her out on it.
Brand new florist, and I met her again.
Right. And she got mad at me.
Entrenched.
Oh, fuck, you got me like, you did to yourself. You're fucking around with the dude for 3 months. And you kept coming back, though. That's the problem. You kept coming back. You kept coming back for that attention and affection. And then when another guy came around, you're like, fuck that dude. Where's my feelings coming into play? This is why men don't have feelings.
Come on.
You went to the extent of calling me a misogynist for exerting a boundary, which the woman also exerted as well. It was in response to her asserting her right. I don't want to have sex. Cool. You no longer are going to get my attention. How is that misogynistic than me hating women? I think that's me being intelligent about my time.
I've repeated myself like 5 times, but I'll say it again.
The definition of misogyny: hate and or contempt for women.
I think you guys are not straight up misogynist because that would be stupid to be a straight up blatant. I don't think you're blatant about it, but you have a lot of misogynistic tendencies, which I think that's the key to this podcast, that you guys are able to reframe these ideas into a way that's consumable for like modern men to be like, oh yeah, this is okay to listen to, which is a whole other thing. But I was just saying that
what the fuck are you talking about?
And like the entitlement that you felt in that video just because.
This woman, what is she talking about? See, when you get caught up in a situation, you gotta keep repeating yourself to engage it over and over again. This is what the modern brainwashing is. Keep on repeating it. Like, you've been saying the same thing. We've been telling you all these answers and that, and you won't ever get it because you choose not to get it.
The woman doesn't want to have
What's she talking about?
The audacity. You have to punish her. You have to play these manipulative games.
So why are you entitled to his time then?
I'm not entitled to anyone's time.
You're saying by me removing her from the place that she's
entitled to my time? I did not say that. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
No, because you said it's misogynistic.
Playing those manipulative games. Like, why? The what you said in the video, that you feel entitled to having sex
I gotta read this thing right here. This guy's saying, or I don't know if it's a guy or girl, it's a status quo in a relationship. A woman gets what she wants, and the man does not. If the woman doesn't get what she wants, she wants it as a punishment. If a man get what he wants, and he wants that gift, if you disrupt that status quo, is it considered misogynistic? That's what it is, you know. If a woman gets what she wants, it's okay. But if a man doesn't get what he wants from the woman, it's misogynistic. What the fuck?
Consequences to the fact that she doesn't want
stupid.
What's wrong with that? You no longer get my attention. That's the consequence.
If I'm able to go, right, and I'll just
what is this?
Like, I'm just saying, look, if you're not into the guy, you're not into that, understand? It's your choice. You can walk away and say, you know what, this is fun, I gotta go home, it's nice to meet you. It's done. Right there, it's done. But to go to this spot, and then be like, alright, I don't know, you know, da-da-da. What is that? Like, just don't show up.
Sometimes people don't like to give everything the first time they meet someone, because that can be a little
and that's fine.
So maybe they might want to sleep with you the few days later, maybe.
Here's a problem. We're talking about what the woman wants. What about what the man wants? Why is it when a man exerts what he wants, it's misogynistic?
I'm sorry.
That's the problem.
No kid should have to see that.
It's
Even
not
better.
misogynistic.
I mean, if you're both.
No.
You're both.
The first time in the vision.
It's not misogynistic. It's realistic.
You know, I tracked down Malcolm. Begged him to come back. Because he wasn't there in the vision when she died. I thought, if he was there...
They're saying the things that do make sense.
But Jakob
take accountability, respect the men you're giving time to, and then understand that you're going to get to that point where if that man really likes you and that, sex is the most best thing a man and a woman can get out of each other.
As an altered, you are not allowed to join our ceremony due to time.
And this is what I keep on saying to myself, and I answer, you know, it's ridiculous. Like, that is just ridiculous.
You make it out this far alive. Even less mean to keep going. What is it you're looking for, friend?
I'm not your friend.
You don't know what's out there. There are things I could tell you. Things I could warn you about, but...
If white people had not built America, would you be here today?
What makes you so sure?
Why do you want to single out white Americans? I think that when people come into this country, it improves everyone's lives. If they're a country, they let you come here. And then they create a constitution that will allow your mother to come here and have you feel legal. I think it's a legal process, but it's not their country. It is their country. But it's not. Whose country is it? It's everyone's country. There's no such thing as like, this is white. Well, why is the concept of whiteness is predicated around illusion, and the concept of whiteness is expanded throughout time. Hispanic people were not considered white. Jews were not considered white, and according to some white people, they're still not considered white. Irish people were not considered white. You understand that, like, that concept is expanded. I'm not wasting time. I'm trying to educate you on this thing that you don't know. If white people had not built America, would you be here today?
What are you talking about?
They're taking him to the facility.
These people are so fucking dumb. I don't understand why people are so dumb. Like, just get it. What you're doing for being woke or being a feminist or even being one of those fucking hateful men that hate women and all that shit. There's no outcome of winning. Just be happy. Like these girls here. They're gorgeous women. They make tons of money. Just be happy.
Shit.
I mean, if I was a woman, I can show off cleavage and get enormous amount of attention because I got breasts? Fuck me silly. Make money off me because I got a nice body? Shit. As of now, being a man, I don't get much attention at all. I got damn.
Just don't like the reaction because you no longer benefit from it. We tell men on this podcast, if women don't want to have sex with you, that's within their right. But it's also within your right to kick her the fuck out your house and get a girl that will. The problem is that when women no longer get what they want, right? The attention, resources, whatever, the guy is misogynistic. But if the guy continues to hang out with her and doesn't get what he wants, it's okay. It's okay for women to continue getting what they want, and it's not okay for men to exert boundaries. And then you went as far as to say, I'm going to keep going on this. I'm not going to stop until we get to the bottom of this. What about what I'm saying is misogynistic, the hatred and contempt of women for exerting a boundary?
I already said that a lot of your videos have the misogynistic tendencies. You're not a blatant misogynist, and I already said that in the video.
There's no, you can't like preface the word with blatant or whatever. Misogyny is misogyny. That is the definition. Hate or contempt for women. Where am I openly saying I hate women? I hate women, or I can have contempt for them, or whatever.
Well, there's different types of misogyny. There's definitely blatant misogynists, just like there's blatant racists, and racists that are not as blatant about their racism. They're not as open about it. It's the same thing with misogyny. And like I was saying, you're within your right. If you don't want to hang out with a girl, you can kick her out. Go ahead, do whatever you want. You're within your right. I'm not arguing with you about that.
So how is exerting a right that I have? We have it right here.
Definition of misogyny: hatred of, aversion to, or prejudice against women.
Yes.
So you're saying that that's who we are?
It's like you have a lot of misogynistic tendencies underlying in your videos. Yes. Prejudice. And I feel like you guys, I feel you guys are being very, what's it called? When you're trying to fight something very, getting really offended that I'm saying this, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you guys.
No, but we're not simply telling you if you're gonna make a claim and call us misogynist. Please tell us.
I have been. I've said it repeated myself like 5 times. Like I said,
that's the reason why we're telling you to continue, because that does not prove misogyny whatsoever. Exerting a boundary for undesirable behavior from women is not misogyny.
Dude, this girl will not fucking realize. So basically what's happening is there's a red-haired chick in that. She keeps on trying to tell Fit and Fresh that their podcast is misogyny. I haven't seen these guys ever talk about hating on women at all. What's happening is these guys are telling men to get smarter and to understand that you have a right to say, I don't have to deal with your shit, get the fuck out, kind of thing. So, like, basically what it is, from my own personal experience, what happened with me, yeah, that girl that played me, I had a right to judge her 100% because she played my ass. She doesn't think that I have, she doesn't feel that it's right. Well, what about my feelings? You tormented, you did all this stuff and that, I didn't get what I want, you didn't get what you want, and you ran off with the guy the first time, the guy plowed you, did all that stuff, and now, when I talked to you after the fact, and I made fun of you for being the idiot, for disrespecting me, so now I can't disrespect you when you totally disrespect me. That's ridiculous. How's that woman? Why do we even stick with this? And the blonde haired girls and the other girl, there's 4 girls in there. One of the girls is saying, yeah, just don't go home with them. You go on a date with someone that you don't have to go home with them. You could literally just say, okay, I had a fun time, you know, I'm not really massively attracted to you and all that stuff and that. And by all means, it's still gonna make the guy feel like shit because he still wasted his fucking time taking you out and you still want to be like, oh, fuck that. Damn. That's fucked up. That's so... Dang, this girl will not stop.
But prejudice, you like have prejudice towards a preference towards men over women in certain areas, or like in different areas. Did you girls get what I was saying though? Did you understand what I was saying? I'm saying if you're within your right to kick a girl out, not want to be around her if she doesn't want to have sex with you. You're within your right.
That's not misogyny. Skurlock makes his antidote.
Yeah, I'm saying that's not misogyny. I'm saying you're within your right to do that.
What is misogyny then?
I was saying that the way in which you speak about women in that video, you're saying that because she doesn't want to have sex with me, there should be consequences, and you have to give women anxiety and make them feel bad about it. And it's like why?
I said you simply call another woman.
Play manipulative games. Yeah, you're making a woman feel bad.
Hold on. You call another woman. Competition anxiety comes. The girl will be like, oh, who is this other girl he's calling? Whatever. I can't choose how she feels.
You know what you're doing. You're trying to play manipulative games.
No. I'm trying to get sex, and a byproduct of that is that she's getting anxiety.
You just gotta tell her straight up, hey, I'm gonna have some company later. Can you go? Yeah. But you don't gotta be like, hey, you wanna come pull up to my crib?
This is why men should never listen to women when it comes to dating, relationships, and advice, because you guys don't understand what it takes to be attracted as a man to a woman. As a man to a woman, you know what you may like or whatever it is. But you don't know what.
She's so confused. I like this one.
What it takes to be attracted as a man to a woman. As a man to a woman, you know what you may like or whatever it is.
Here's what it is. This guy says, why is she so confused about this? You explained it. 2 + 2 is 4. She's still trying to convince you that it's 5. I love that terminology. That's what I use. 2 + 2 is 4, but people still trying to convince people that it's 5. You're no way misogynistic. That word shouldn't even be brought up. He gave her the answer. 2 + 2 is 4. She's still trying to think it's 5. I love that because I use that shit too. That shit's hella funny.
How she feels is what makes you attractive. Being indifferent to female emotion. So, again, it is not misogynistic to have boundaries and observe them.
So you're free to have your boundaries. Free to have your boundaries.
So then where are we misogynistic? You can't make claims like that and not be able to back it up.
I think honestly that we should agree to disagree. In my opinion, I feel like based on what she's saying, I think that if you want to invite another girl over, you don't have to make it public. You don't have to start, hey, another girl coming over.
In the video, did I not say go in another room and make a phone call?
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part. I understood that you would have made the call in front of the girl. Based on what I've heard.
I said you're going to get up and go into another room and use the phone.
Okay. Okay, well, look, if you make the call in another room and you want to invite another girl, say, hey, look, listen, time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah, but why would that give her social anxiety if she's not aware? Exactly. If she's not aware, what would that give her anxiety? It's not what you know. That's why. That's why the misunderstanding is wrong.
Ladies, anxiety and hatred are 2 different things. If you give a woman anxiety, that's not hatred.
But how would she have anxiety? She would have another call a woman and another woman.
Ladies, you wear makeup, you have different hair colors, you have, stuff like that. That's playing a game. You're manipulating men's emotions to get what you want, correct? If anything, you would be here natural and on their podcast. But men have certain ways to get women, and that's what he's saying. He's like, listen, I don't hate her.
It's okay for you to manipulate the way you look and to change it and distort it to get attraction from women and attention from men. But it's not okay for men to exert boundaries, and then that's considered manipulation.
Yo, this example, like when a girl says to you, "Okay, I'm coming over, I'm having sex." Okay?
How you doing?
And you're like, "Yeah, cool.
I'd like to
let's
see
chill."
Dr. Zahidi.
But you really want to tell her, "Yeah, we're gonna
This
fuck."
facility is
But
off
you can tell her
limits.
off rips.
You will
Like, nah,
not get a second
exactly.
warning.
She comes over, you guys chill. The vibe is there. Things happen. You can't say things like that straight up. You gotta understand, right? You understand how women work. We're not gonna say things up front like that. You gotta do it a certain way. You gotta be smooth with it.
Women have an issue with direct communication. Yeah, they have an issue with direct communication.
Sound the alarm.
Again, like I said, nothing in that is misogynistic.
Don't let them reach Skurlock! Shield Skurlock! We have to protect the antidote!
What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
In the video, you are speaking about women as if we're dogs that need to be submissive and be taught a lesson. And it's just like, I don't know if you can see that there's so many like misogynistic.
I'm teaching men to be leaders, which is inherently attractive to women.
God, what is?
But earlier in the podcast, you said that women can't be leaders, that they can't lead.
When I said I'm teaching men how to be in leadership roles to be attractive to women.
So I would argue that also that's one of the ways that women cannot be leaders.
No, it's not.
No, I mean they're having
the patriarchy.
Because of patriarchy, it's not wrong definition.
No, because of the way it was created. But it could be
okay, hold on. Everything I say on this podcast is rooted in fact. I said women cannot lead and they're not capable of being leaders. You said that's misogynistic. I said, okay, that's misogynistic. Tell me one matriarchy that stood the test of time.
I'm not
female-led society.
First of all, there haven't been a lot, but I'm also not. I'm not a history major. I'm sorry that I don't have it written on the back of my hand.
What do you think? If you're gonna make claims like that.
No, but there's also a lot of women that tons of women representatives, senators, presidents, female presidents all around the world. Some of the most one of the most successful countries in combating COVID were women leaders. So,
That's again, like I said, women are built to be leaders. Name one matriarchy that has existed at the beginning of time. There is none.
And you just want to disregard what I said?
No, are we a matriarchy?
I just said
women built the world that you live in.
I just gave you clear examples of
men built the world that you live in that allowed women to even be able to rise up to leadership positions within the world that men built.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Oh, you're
role in society as well, but I just gave you examples of.
Hold on. This is not to say men are better than women.
I just gave you examples of women-led countries in Europe that have been doing great during the pandemic, led by women, and like you just want to skim over that. Okay.
How are you going to make a claim and not be able to back it up?
I don't remember the country in my head right now. I'm sorry I don't have it written on the back of my hand, like I said, but
South America has had female presidents.
Europe, parts of Europe. Yeah, if you just do a quick Google search,
it's find it. And not that much, but it's like
yeah, what I'm saying. So those are just a few examples of women in leadership roles that are doing great jobs. I said, why would I remember this woman's first and last name?
You're saying it.
You can Google it.
I mean, if you're gonna make a claim, guys, you gotta be able to substantiate it. You can't just make like random claims. No, there is a matriarchy that's existed. There is not. Oh no, there's always we have women leaders here in the world that men have created. This isn't like I'm saying men are better than women. I'm not saying that. I'm saying men are better at certain things than women, and leadership just happens to be one of them. And as a matter of fact, and especially if we say within the confinements of a relationship, men have to lead, not women. What's wrong with that? I'm teaching you guys how to be leaders in an attractive okay, and a part of being a leader is reinforcing boundaries and punishing bad behaviors in your life and development. I know you don't like the way I say it, but if I have a boundary and a girl doesn't stick to it, alright, well, you know what? I'm not fucking with you no more. Break up with her, whatever, and then she's gonna come back correct.
Like, for example, the friends night tonight. Did we, hate them? No.
mean, you gotta punish their behavior because what that is or punish them for anything. So I'm saying that you say within the relationship with a man and a woman, if a man doesn't pay for a first date, you punish that bad behavior and you don't hang out with him again, correct? Or maybe he wasn't playing your pool. You punish that bad behavior, there's consequences. You don't hang out with him again, correct? Why is it a problem when a man has a consequence for a woman, but it's not okay when a woman has a consequence for a man?
I've just repeated myself so many times that
But what you're saying is incorrect. You keep saying having boundaries with women is misogynistic, and I'm saying
that's not what I said. How many times? I'm sorry. How many times have I said that a man can have his own boundaries, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
But now you're saying that what we're saying video is misogynistic.
Does anyone want to reword what I said? Because I just feel tired of repeating myself at this point.
No, it's not that you're tired you've been repeating yourself, it's that you have not been able to substantiate your accusation that we're misogynistic.
Where's
Sherlock's lab? You have some misogynistic tendencies in your content, yeah.
And you have not been able to substantiate it.
I just said, you want me to repeat myself again?
You have not been able to substantiate it because we gave you the textbook definition of misogyny, and nothing that we've shown, which is what you claimed was misogynistic, showed misogyny.
You said multiple times women can't be in leadership roles. That's a lie.
It's not, but it's not a hatred of women, though.
It can't be because rooted in biological facts.
What do you think that
because we're telling they can't do something, doesn't mean we hate women.
Women are incapable of being in leadership roles? Well, they are today in today's society. I'm so sorry to tell you, and they're doing great jobs at it.
But doesn't mean you hate women.
In a leadership role within the confinements of a relationship with a man. Remember, we're talking about you have a girl over at your place. Women cannot lead men in a relationship.
Okay, well then why did you just ask me about successful women leadership roles in the world if we're not talking about that?
Because I'm saying that the world that we live in was built by men and no matriarchy has ever survived. Therefore, men are born leaders.
Okay, so then why are you asking me about world examples if we're talking about romance? I don't understand.
Because it also applies.
Okay, exactly. So women are capable of leadership.
For this specific conversation, we're talking about
that's what they injected us
men
with.
have to lead within a relationship, and you lead by exerting boundaries.
You needed bone marrow.
I think it's healthy for everyone to exert boundaries, yeah.
But men especially
all those people who escaped the war
women and men
came
have
to
to
die
exert boundaries.
instead.
I was saying the way you were referring to women, that women are...
This girl is still trying to say 2 + 2 is 5. This podcast is crazy. No one else is talking because I think they understand.
Except for you.
But like this woman is like, I have to keep repeat myself. You can't say someone's kind of misogynistic. What the fuck is it? You can't tell saying someone hates you kind of hate someone. No.
I'm not a monster.
Hating someone is saying no, all kinds of. You wouldn't be on the podcast.
You know, these people that have to be.
Just keep on rolling with it, because you know you're being.
For a relationship to work.
I don't hide behind a basket of stones.
You did not say earlier. I said who leads in a relationship? You said men, correct?
A lot of times men do, yeah.
Okay, so for a leader to exist, someone must submit to their leadership, correct?
You didn't have to kill him.
Okay, yes.
As if it's a bad word. Submission is not a bad word.
This girl's like, her brain's melting. She's sitting there, like, she's getting a taste of reality, and then she's still gonna use it. See, I'm not making fun of it. It's just like, it's how she's acting. Like some of the girls there in this podcast legitimately already know kind of what's going on. That's why they're not talking, but she keeps on talking, trying to think it's something else. It's basically people don't know. This is why a lot of men become more emotional. Because if a woman becomes more masculine, a man has to be as masculine or more masculine, which doesn't make any sense because masculinity is just being a man altogether. Dude, that shit's crazy. Crazy.
Oh my God.
That's why some people probably get upset with me. They ever talk about girls and I don't want to be treated like shit.
Native. Ravina.
If I can see that one girl can get hit on by 10 guys and my good-looking ass can't get hit on by one girl, that's a fucking problem.
Shelter. But Sherlock only saw a specimen to experiment on.
This changes everything.
Please.
No more. He can talk.
Please. August, it's all right. They're not like the others. They're friends.
Okay, you're free now. Go home.
They got Sherlock! Alert tag!
Get Dr. Zahidi back to my truck. Alien friend just disappeared.
August does not disappear, so much as move in ways we cannot perceive. We need to get out of here. I know a back exit through the caves that can lead us out to safety.
Get Zahidi out safe. I'm going back out the front door to deal with Kang's new arrivals.
Following a man's lead is not bad.
I think anyone who watches that video can see the undertone of the video and say, yeah, there's a misogynistic undertone to that video. Because you're talking about women as if they're these people, these things, these beings that, because they don't want to have sex with you, they have to, there's consequences to not wanting to have sex, and that they have to be submissed and like put into control because they don't want to have sex with you. And yeah, there's a misogynistic tone to that, and it's a very, honestly, pretty rapey misogynistic tone to that. That
what?
Contributes to like a lot of sexual violence against women all over the world.
At what point did you say that? I don't know. At what point?
How's that?
Did I say that? It didn't come out of my mouth.
You just said raping.
Some people might interpret it. Some people interpret it as that. You might think of it like in an innocent way, but
how is telling a woman to leave after she doesn't want to have sex rapey?
No, it's the consequence.
No. We going all.
He said to leave.
No, that would be the opposite. But I'm saying she's referring to the part where he says there are consequences. Some guys might see, consequences are gonna take. I'm not saying you see it as that. I'm not saying you do at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that a lot of men take that type of mentality and they take it like to a different extent, and they, there's.
We don't operate on what ifs, could haves, and whatever.
Well, that's the reality.
No, it's not the reality, because I'm simply saying, woman doesn't want to have sex, cool, you must leave. Period. There's nothing rapey about that. If anything, in the video I said, I respect your boundaries, but you have to leave.
There you go. And then this podcast, so you're addressing us in this studio. You know what I'm saying? As misogynist.
Misogynist, and it comes off as rapey. Under where did we say there, do anything that is rapey?
Every girl I do it, never ever said that to me. any girl on the show that's been on the show never said that either. So you're saying that right now. I want you to tell us exactly why you're saying that. You should tell us why you're saying that and there's facts behind it. I'll believe you.
Like I said, I'm not saying you guys are rapey at all. I'm not saying that. I'm sure you guys are not. I'm sure you guys would never do something like that. I'm saying that contributes to that type of mentality that men have, that they feel so entitled to a woman that, yeah, a lot of times they commit acts of sexual violence against women. And it's unfortunate and it's true.
On the contrary, we're telling them to not do that and to find another girl.
He just told them to leave. What? Like okay, yes. I can understand if you said to hold her down, hold her by the neck, lock the door, so make her submit. No, to leave.
I'm not saying about the fact that he told her to leave. I'm saying about the fact that you guys in that video were saying that women are these beings that need to be submissive, that need to be taught to like be put into their place if they don't want to have sex with you.
Pause. Play the video one more time, Chris, because I didn't hear it.
Where did I say put her in her place? She has to have sex with
Chris. Play the video one more time, please.
Yeah, like, no,
I did not hear it.
All the way. Claims like this, you gotta back it up all the way, man. We got 100,674
guys,
people
like the
watching
video,
right now.
go to the channel. This is crazy right now. I can't believe this.
Yeah, see, she got you because of her flexible definition of misogyny. Nail down the definition and you stop her. Exactly, which is what we're saying. If you're gonna make a claim, ladies, you gotta be able to stand on it. Because look, with 2 feet.
We love women.
All the way, yeah.
All day, every day. But
we're gonna play
to say that, man.
When do I say that,
once again.
Alright, let's play it again.
Play the clip.
I was at your crib and she says, oh, I don't want to have any bedroom fun. Totally cool. You can't get mad. You basically get up, say, all right, no problem, and you're going to go call another girl, okay? And then what's going to happen is she's going to hear you talking to another girl. Competition anxiety spikes. And then you're going to come back and you're going to tell her, listen, I respect your boundaries. I understand you don't want to have any bedroom fun, but I got my needs, and I'll see you later. And you tell her to leave. Simple as that, guys. Never, ever let a girl leverage bedroom fun against you to try to get some compliance. She's within her right to not give you the fun, but you're within your right to get the fun from somebody else. Don't be stupid. Don't chase, replace.
How is that creepy? He said to leave, and you know what? Someone else, if they're down, cool.
Yeah.
If not, it's cool.
Yeah, the actions in that video are not wrong. I'm saying you're entitled to leave. You're entitled to tell her to leave. I'm just saying that.
No, but you pointed out a video many times. That video is.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. The mentality of that video that you have to play these mental, manipulative games with a woman because she doesn't want to give you her body. Yeah, I mean there is something wrong with that.
What? I would say it's pretty straightforward.
Like,
tell her to leave.
You could have texted the girl.
If I'm in my own home, why should I change
what rude. Like it's just rude and like
it's rude that she doesn't want to have sex too.
Speaking to the mic, that's rude.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's rude.
Look at this shit. What the hell are you talking about?
Here's the thing. Women want to have the leverage at all times. I want to be able to dictate when we fuck. I want to be able to dictate
how we makeup,
and that's cool. But when a man puts his foot down and says, "I'm not tolerating this," you got to get out. That's a problem. Why is it a problem for a man to have boundaries and standards? Why is it okay for a man to say, I'm not waiting for sex, get out?
And you understand, right? This is for men, not for women.
Why is that a problem?
So you taking it that way, understandable. But this is for men that want to actually get laid. Or, for example, want to find a woman that actually wants them. Because look, if you don't want the guy, that's fine. You can leave. You can find somebody else that you want. I'll find somebody else that I want. It's simple. It's not rapey. It's like, okay, you don't want me.
And where did I say put her in her place and all this extra stuff?
I'm not saying that.
That's what you said earlier.
Oh, no, I'm saying, I'm responding
Put her in her place.
Because I'm saying that you wanting her to leave, calling another, that's fine. That you do what you want to do. You have your free will to do whatever you want. I'm saying that mentality of your ego's so hurt that a woman doesn't want to have sex with you. Why should there be consequences to that? Because she doesn't want to have sex with you. If she doesn't want to have sex with you, she doesn't want to have sex with you.
But who's
and
hurt?
That's fine.
He's not hurt.
You're
getting what he wants.
I'm happy. Good.
You're saying that you're obviously you feel some type of way.
No,
you obviously feel some type of way because you feel the need to play these manipulative games to make the girl feel bad. Is what I'm saying. That's the messed up part. That's what I'm saying.
I'm actually happy. You know why? Because now I know she doesn't want me like that. That's fine. You go your way. I'm gonna go my way. It's done at that point.
Then
is that like?
If you didn't feel some type of way about it, you wouldn't be calling someone else to play manipulative mind games on her.
No. Understand, right? You want to have a date. You want to have fun. Cool. I want to get laid.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do it, that's fine. If Jackie won't do it, Becky might. What's wrong with that?
But You got said. Mara said, go to another room and call on the girl,
and then
come back and say, hey, listen, you're in your right to do what you want. Please leave.
But he also said that she's gonna hear you talking to another girl. So obviously your intention was for you to.
It's not the intention. It's I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and a byproduct of it is she overhears it. That's on her. I'm not gonna go. Remember, ladies, I'm in my own home here.
You very clearly said manipulative mind games, though, like the anxiety thing, the whole thing. So it's just it just gives this undertone of like, oh yeah, women need to be put in their. Women need to be. You're not acknowledging what I'm saying right now.
No, I am.
Like you're like.
Can we just agree to disagree?
Yeah, no, of course.
I think we should just continue with the question.
No, of course, everyone's gonna.
I'm reading the comments, and they're all.
Everyone's gonna have different opinions, and that's fine.
No, that comments saying we can.
Let's read the chat real quick.
Neil Hikari, I had to come back from Ninja watching this girl sound ridiculous. We all looking at you crazy right now because they literally pulled up the video. You mentioned Mad Props to Fresh and Fit crew. I don't know how you all deal with this craziness every week. Yeah. $200 super sticker from Z. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We got our boys from Breezy Magic. This Mad Myron is revealing the one trick they have in their bag. They're in Miami. Obviously, this is how they are getting across the events and opportunities. Yeah, that's what girls do, is leverage sex against guys for compliance. And we tell guys not to do it.
What up, Neil?
Shout out to him.
We got Devin Sayers.
There is literally no logic, proof, or sense to Red's statement whatsoever. Myron's here, some Red. I am sorry you have to deal with this because statements like this are what hurts a man's reputation and image if unchallenged. Yeah, that's why I'm challenging her on it. Because if you're going to say we're misogynistic or rapey, you got to be able to substantiate it.
Damn!
This is our podcast. My sister as well. What part of this is rapey?
I just said you guys yourselves. I'm sure you guys are not rapey guys. I'm saying that this type of mentality that women have to be punished and there's consequences to not having sex contribute to this dangerous idea, this rapey, dangerous idea. Not you guys. I'm not saying you guys do this. I'm saying overall, men will get this and run with it.
I would argue that telling men to not wait around for sex actually makes it less rapey because they're kicking you to the curb and finding another girl that wants to have sex.
And then who in the chat wants to do that? Please tell me.
I don't mean she's saying not because the men doesn't want to have sex. It's the word that it's the.
No. These girls don't get any of this. What the? These women don't get any of this stuff. This is so priceless. They keep saying me. Well, what about the man? He has feelings too. He's got things he wants to do. What's wrong with that? That's basically what it is.
Using which can be interpreted in different
you guys can say tone. You guys can say words, all those other stuff. Where did I challenge the idea? Let's not challenge how it's being said. Let's challenge the idea. What's wrong with exerting boundaries, and how does that make a man misogynistic?
I've already said there's nothing wrong with exerting boundaries.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're on the same page.
So how am I misogynistic? There is no misogyny. That's the thing. Like,
okay, well,
all right. I think
straight up, you were wrong. No. That's what it is. You were incorrect. We are not misogynistic.
Okay. Well,
we are realistic.
We can disagree. That's fine. And I think that maybe if you guys want to be open-minded, just like I plan to be open-minded after this podcast, I want to rewatch it and I'll be open-minded. But I think you guys should be open-minded too to, the content you're putting out, the way in which you're saying things. The roots to what you're saying, things like where they come from, and I
just like women are being empowered to make their own decisions and do what they want, we're empowering men to not tolerate the bullshit from female liberation. A woman is free to do what she wants, but that does not mean that men have to go on her program. They're liberated as well to do what they want, and that means getting rid of the girl and finding another one. That's what we teach guys.
And another one.
Exactly.
And another one.
Because
another one.
The thing is this, women don't like it when a man puts boundaries up and says, I'm replacing you then. I literally said in the video, chase, don't replace.
Okay.
Women treat men as expendable commodities. They take the guys go on dates with them, they have sugar daddies, whatever it is.
Pay the bills.
Guys are taken out on multiple dates, they don't fuck the girls. I teach guys to treat women like expendable commodities back. Ladies want to exert their boundaries and say, I want to do
that girl can handle it.
You got to treat her just like she treats you.
Damn.
Fuck? Cool. You're going to move on to another girl and replace her. What is wrong with a man being liberated just like women are liberated to do as they want?
It's no force. It's just
force. If anything, it's the opposite. You're getting rid of a girl that's non-compliant.
Yeah.
There's consequences to action. Just like if a guy took you on a bad date and you didn't like the date, you don't talk to him again, right? He has to suffer consequences for fucking up on a date. What's wrong with a man making a woman suffer for consequences for not getting what he wants?
Making her suffer for not having sex with you.
Notice how I literally said women make
That's
men
what you
suffer.
wanted in the video, right?
Hold on, wait, no. Hold on. Notice how I said she didn't say a word when I said women make men suffer consequences when they take her on a bad date. But when a man makes her suffer consequences for not getting what he wants, she has contention with that. Slow that down. I'm gonna repeat it. I said if a woman makes a man face consequences for a bad date, she punishes him for those consequences. He has to suffer consequences for not taking her on a good date. You didn't say a word.
I just wouldn't go on a date if I didn't like the date.
He suffers consequences. He doesn't get to see you again.
Yeah, but that's because I don't want to go on another date with you if I didn't like the date.
That's the whole point.
And I didn't say, and that's fine. But what I said is, when a man makes a woman suffer consequences for not getting what he wants, you immediately had a point of contention.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna play manipulative mind games.
But girl, you do it all the time.
because he doesn't want to have sex.
I never said put a man in this place. I said put a woman in her place.
But I'm saying that's what it's giving. That's what it's giving.
Right there, my ex-wife. She keeps going on a point and focus on the way I said something.
On a bad date, the woman makes him suffer consequences. Then when I said the man should also make the woman suffer consequences for not giving him what she wants, immediately, what? Suffer consequences? So it's okay when a man suffers from consequences, but not okay when a woman suffers from consequences.
What consequences is a man suffering if I don't want to go on another date
He's
with
giving
him?
No, he doesn't get to see you again because he took you on a bad date.
Such suffering because we can't go on another date.
Oh my god, well, you're fucking dumb.
It's suffering because he spent time, he spent time
and money,
resources to take you out on a date. So he's suffering consequences.
I'm sorry, did I force you to spend money on me?
What the?
No, that was out of, if you spend money, it's because you want to.
Yes. Absolutely. The man chose to do it. But what I am saying is that
she don't get it. What the hell is he talking about?
Get it. So he's suffering consequences because now he's wasted that money and time and he's not going to get it. He suffered consequences for taking you on a bad date, as he should.
And fresh.
As he should.
Can you read the...
But my problem is, why is it wrong when a man makes a woman suffer consequences for not getting what he wants?
So we got definitely a suffer here. It says, experience or to be subjected to something bad or unpleasant. Suffer.
Yeah.
So, no, hold on. Like, do you guys not see what the hell just happened here?
Yeah, we saw it. I just.
No one bats an eye when I say men have to suffer consequences for taking a woman on a bad date. As soon as I say woman has to suffer consequences for not giving the man what he wants, problem.
I don't think that's suffering, not going on another date.
Yeah, it is, you dumbass.
Trying to make them suffer. But on the other
hand... That is suffering. You do, girl. You only think from your perspective. What the hell? This woman doesn't understand. If a guy's been wasting his time with you and taking you on a date and that, and you say, oh, I don't like you and that, he suffers because he actually does enjoy you. He wants to make it happy for you, and he fucked up, so he has to suffer for the consequence of his actions.
But they still have to suffer consequences.
On the other hand, you're intentionally trying to cause a woman anxiety, like you said in the video.
Oh my god, look at this bitch!
Have sex with you. Do you understand the difference?
So a man's suffrage of spending time, resources, and attention on you is not suffering, but a woman getting kicked to the curb is not suffering. It is suffering.
Lord, I'm suffering listening to that. No, but I was just saying that not wanting to go on another date with you, I'm not intentionally making you suffer. I just didn't like the date.
But it's making...
Like I said,
you're thinking about your damn self. Who would date this one? I'm sorry, like... I know she's doing this because she's on a podcast and she's trying to make herself being known. Of course, using a man's podcast to make herself being known.
And I didn't intentionally try to make her feel bad. I just called another girl during the regular course of action. There you
go. Playing manipulative games to cause a woman anxiety, like you said in the video, that's not intentional suffering?
Playing manipulative games to not give a guy sex after he takes you out on a date?
Oh, so, I have a question.
It goes both ways, man. Like, that's the thing. It is okay for men to suffer consequences from inadequacy from date, as they should. A woman has the full ability to be able to make the guy suffer consequences for fucking up, but the man should be able to as well.
Okay.
It is very telling that when I made the point, and I said it about women, no one says anything. When I say the man has to make the woman suffer consequences too, Whoa!
No, but I think if a woman were to do the same as you said, like to try to make a man feel bad by calling another man to make him jealous, that's not right either. Of course that's not right.
So what's worse, losing $50 on a date or making somebody hurt their feelings?
Why is it that a man loses $50? Hold on. Why are your feelings more important than the man's time and money?
Because
and
you're paying value and money over a person.
Did the man have to work to earn that money?
$50.
Yeah, through jobs, you know,
so
you're right.
This is whole.
5 hours of your time. Let's say you're making minimum wage. 5 hours of your time. Okay, you're gonna get that money back, but you just put.
So your temporary feelings of feeling bad of me calling another girl outweighs the time and money it took for me to plan a date, take you on a date, spend my money that I earned.
Temporary. Some people it could be temporary, but for some other people, that's something that really might hurt them. You know.
So your feelings are more important than my time that I spent earning this income to take you out.
No, it's the intent. I think you guys are missing.
Wow. I'm like, bro, like
it's the intent. If I decide to not go on another date with you because I don't like you or whatever reason, I'm not intentionally trying to play manipulative games with you or hurt you or make you suffer in any type of way. Yeah. But you just
not talking about you, dummy. I'm talking about him.
Want to play these manipulative games and cause her anxiety. Literally said cause her anxiety.
I said competition anxiety.
Yeah, competition anxiety. That's anxiety.
Dang. It's 2:30. I have work in the morning. This argument is so... I had to donate. Please give her the definition. All she's doing is spinning words to try to make a law a realistic sound. Evil God bless. Yeah, try to make it sound evil.
And yeah, like, it's just like, it comes down to that, like I said, that whole tone of that video. If a woman doesn't want to have sex with you, she needs to be taught and put in her place. If she doesn't want to have sex with you, play manipulative mind games on her. Give her competition anxiety.
I said you act the way you want. You call another girl, and then that's it. We can't force you how to feel.
But the whole point, if you see a dog in a dark street, right, and it's chasing you, you feel fear, right? That's natural. If you know the guy you're talking to another girl, you might get anxiety. Competition anxiety, that's normal.
Or you might not care. Some girls don't care about men. Yeah. She might have said, I don't give a fuck. I was trying to get a dinner date anyway. So who wins? The guy wins, because now he doesn't have to deal with her anymore.
There you go.
But you guys are assuming the girl cared about her, but here's the reality. A lot of women go out on dates with men that they have zero intention of fucking, or they don't even like. I'm teaching men to protect themselves against vultures like that.
Booty dates. Multiple dates.
Okay.
Back to back.
But the world is fucked up. The problem is this. When a man protects himself and protects his time or anything like that, it's considered misogynistic or rude or whatever. I literally said, men have to suffer consequences for taking a girl on a bad date. She don't want to see him no more. The money, time, effort he put into that date is now gone. As soon as I say, well, you know what? You also got to make women suffer consequences. That's fucked up, man. We shouldn't have to suffer any consequences for our decisions. No, you suffer consequences just like men do.
You know that one of them is a date and the other is her body?
What the fuck are they doing?
They're not.
Is your body more important than my time and energy and resources?
I'm sorry, is a dinner date more important than a woman's body and her giving you her body and trusting you with her body? Very different things.
Okay, so think about this, right? Time and money takes use of my body to create.
He said it. She's like, well, a date net's not like I'm using. It's totally different for me using my body net. But to make that money take you on a date takes my energy and my body to make that money take you on a date.
What are you saying? I'm still using my body too. Yeah, facts. No,
I'm not asking you for your body. I'm just saying this.
You're asking for my body, the time and the money it took to acquire said money.
Yeah, we can agree.
In a perfect world, a guy gets rejected, feels less of a man, a woman still gets his attention because she's better than him.
Just disagree, it's fine.
No, you're saying that a woman's body is more important than the man's time, and I'm trying to tell guys that it's not.
I'm saying...
Because you're saying, like, oh, well, it's not the same if I gotta suffer my consequences because you're making me pay with my body. And I'm saying, well, Your body, your choice. My money, my choice.
I'm saying that I shouldn't have to suffer consequences for not wanting to have sex with a man.
And he shouldn't have to suffer consequences for no longer wanting to spend time with you.
But you said that women should suffer consequences for not wanting to have, for not giving my body to you.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, okay, wow.
Yes, because I'm no longer getting what I want.
Oh, wow. I think that says enough. You should just end the podcast here.
What the fuck?
We're not ending anything because you sound stupid. You're trying to say that...
What is he saying? Oh my god, this one needs to get a fucking losing their hair tonight. To the lady next to her. If you can't bring proof to mean what what is wrong, prove me. I have the right to call another woman if she's not down with the bedroom fun.
A woman's body has more value than that man's time and effort.
Why'd you have to insult me and call me stupid?
No. What you said is
I haven't called you stupid. You said you sound stupid.
What you said is stupid.
You don't think that's pretty rude of you to say that?
It's honest. It's honest that.
Okay.
Because we're literally telling you.
We're not calling you misandrist.
We didn't call you a misogynist or anything.
You just said you just sound stupid. Look,
what you said.
People can disagree. It's fine.
No.
What the fuck is wrong with this woman? My God.
That your body. Right? You're the only person that exerts choice.
So...
I'm saying your body, your choice. My money, my time, my choice.
I'm sorry that I offended you to the point that you had to say that I sound stupid.
What
thank you for inviting me on this podcast. How would you feel if I said you sound stupid, you guys would...
No. You took it further. You said something worse. You said we're misogynistic and we give rapey vibes.
No,
that was even worse.
How many times have I repeated myself that you guys are I don't know you, first of all.
This girl is so dumb. She called him a raper, and then he called him misogynistic when you guys are nothing like that. She gets offended because the guy says you said something stupid. And now she's just throwing out all this bullshit. That's on the podcast. You can repeat this stuff, dummy.
I'm not saying you guys are rapey or any of those things. I'm saying that your
content is fucking saying
the vibe, misogynistic vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, the hatred of
misogynistic undertones.
Yeah.
What is worse, being called a woman hater or saying an idea that you're saying? I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm saying your idea is stupid.
What you sound stupid.
It's like you're not a murderer, but you've got murdery vibes. Yeah, a rapist, but you give out a rapist.
I didn't say. I just repeated myself again. I did not say that you give up.
I had a coworker that had a guy on her phone list. Free food. She continue going on a day with him without any attention of having sex.
Rapey vibes. That you're a rapist. I did not say that.
You said
you guys have misogynistic tendencies in your
content.
content.
The words misogynistic vibes and rapey.
You guys have misogynistic tendencies in your content, but that's fine. You said you want people that different opinion on your podcast, right?
So that's a misogyny.
If you call me something, you gotta back it up.
You gotta back it up.
I did back it up various times.
No, you didn't.
All right, back it up.
This is not going nowhere,
and the chat is saying that it's not. That there's no logic in what you're saying.
Yeah,
you have not proved You have not proved anything about us being misogynistic or us giving off content that can come off as rapey.
And once again,
I didn't say rapey.
You did not say rapey.
No, I didn't say that your content. I didn't say that you're rapey in personal. I said that.
No, you said rapey.
I said okay. I'll repeat myself again. That in that video in specific, that.
Dude, this girl.
Message you were giving off, it can lead men.
It's like she doesn't care. She's trying to throw out her opinion to make it stick. And it's fucking priceless. Like, what the hell? How are you sitting there for 30 minutes straight, not understanding what a man's talking about when you just talk about your fucking damn self?
Other rape to put off other rapey tendencies that lead to sexual violence. Yeah.
But if does anyone in the chat have any rapey vibes right now? Please tell me. Because obviously you think that men are going to take this to a whole other level.
Some men do.
They're going to deny out that doesn't want to have sex is rape. No, I'm still trying to laugh about that. Like,
it's not really. It's a
little opposite.
I don't think she means that. She probably meant the. I said that the men being entitled to women's bodies like that. It gives off rapey, vibes and ideas that men run off with and commit sexual violence against women.
Other men might
not
take
you
it
guys,
in a different way.
Entitled means like you're actually just with enduring the girl. Like for example, Myron's telling you the girl to leave, so it's not being entitled. It's like, hey, listen, just leave, do what you gotta do, right? But for you suffering through a guy's, whatever he's doing is entitlement, because you're actually waiting there and suffering through it. Just leave, and that's what he's saying. Like we don't have to endure your, what you're trying to do. He wants sex, so he'll go to another room, call a girl, and you can bounce. That's what he's saying. So force it boundaries. That's what men want.
The problem is that she's entitled to our time, but we're not entitled to sex. That's what you're trying to say. Like we're like the guy shouldn't kick you out. He should just let you hang out or whatever. And I'm saying no, kick her out. She's not entitled to your time, just like you're not entitled to her body. I'm simply playing the same game over, back. It's just that you don't like it when a man exercises that.
Loretta, tier value below negative 9,000. I had to donate. This is one major headache. Also, I feel she has a past. The reason she triggers early. This is going foul for real.
You're not entitled to my time anymore either.
We got A-Log, I think it's Russian?
A-Log, Russian. Little Red Riding Hood here. Decreased her value below negative 9,000. Had to donate. This was a major headache. Also, I feel she has a past. The reason she got triggered earlier. This going viral for real. K. Samuels is proud. Thanks.
I don't, but thank you for your input.
Anything else?
Yeah,
I saw a bunch come in.
Oh Lord, just give me some thought.
Yeah.
Well,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's wild, man. Like literally. So a woman's body is more important than your time, guys, and resources. Okay, and her feelings are more important as well. $50, nothing, but making me feel bad because I don't want to have sex with you. Way worse. Way worse. It's crazy, bro. Okay, what do we got here? Jabrizi, okay, that she wants you to watch your choice of words, but uses incriminating language like grapey and can't see it more damaging in labeling your brand like that. Exactly. Me saying your statement is stupid is a far cry from misogynistic or rapey.
Venom 233, $50. She's so fucked up in a corner, she knows she effed up, and now she don't want to admit she's wrong. After spending 30 minutes going in circles.
Facts.
Okay. Is it there?
And then Devin Sires, this is literally no logic, proof, or sense to read statement whatsoever. Myron here, we read that one earlier.
Yeah, so you can go up.
And thank you guys for all the donations. I'm losing my hair here, but it is what it is. But this is good because here's the thing, guys. You don't shit on her so like that because a lot of women think this way, guys. It's just that she actually had the balls to come on the podcast. Well, not the balls, literally, but she had the confidence to come on the podcast and voice these claims. Because a lot of women think like this, guys. I'm trying to tell y'all, like when we tell you guys that women feel entitled to your time and that you should take them out on dates and all this other stuff, and they don't have to give you anything in return, I mean that shit. Women really feel a lot of the times, not all, that they are entitled to your time, resources, and take them out on a date, and they don't have to give you shit in return. And as a matter of fact, when I say you know what? She don't want to give you anything anymore. Kick her to the curb. It's a problem. It's considered a problem. They want a one-way street where they just receive. But if you ask, you're entitled to my body, you asshole. Misogynistic, whatever it is. Take something from a woman is considered misogynistic, but it's okay for her to want your time, attention, resources. Like
your body, your choice. My money, my time.
My money, my time, my choice. What the hell? Like what?
Good mother. No. Okay, we read it. $10.
Good mother, gentlemen, you are wasting your time using adult words. These entitled women have the emotional and mental instability equivalent to a 4-year-old. Use smaller words. It might help. Female watchers too. Z $50. I'm getting heavy grape vibes by Red's insistence on being right with no evidence. She's graping 10K watchers right now. Z $50. Guys, this is classic narcissism. Pay attention. Avoid women like this. She's very smart and manipulative, particularly with language. Yep, that's what I'm saying. No offense to you, but that's what I was saying. Tell us how we've been misogynistic or how we've been rapey.
I did.
And it was not.
No, I wasn't saying you were being rapey. I said, your content in that video could give.
Oh my God! No, it did not. Oh my God.
Using and doing,
I mean, we can speculate all day. Like we can say that
It's just my opinion. I mean, I'm here on the podcast to give my opinion, right?
Yeah, but we have facts.
But we go off of facts.
Women backing us.
Okay.
Almost thanking us. So what?
That's fine. Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
I'm sorry if I've offended you guys. You guys said like different opinions are welcome.
Real talk. You have not offended us.
No,
I'm actually glad that we're having this conversation.
No, wait, hold on.
I'm just simply saying I'm not offended personally. But I'm going to put you in a corner until you tell me how we're misogynistic and give off great big things, because those are serious accusations.
Very serious.
I'm okay for it. It's great radio.
Yeah.
Great discussion. I don't mind.
12K watching.
My thing is 12K watching. But my thing is, if you're going to make an accusation like that and say we're misogynistic or whatever, we're not the average guy. We're going to challenge you on that.
Yeah.
Because we live in a world now where it is completely okay for women to call men misogynists, to call them toxic, to call them assholes, whatever it is. We ain't going to stand for that. If you're going to call us misogynistic or whatever, I need you to back it up. We're not going to openly let you sit here and call us misogynists without you substantiating your claims. And with all due respect, you have not been able to substantiate your claim whatsoever. We even brought up the definition. Misogyny is a contempt and or hate for women. We played the video. Where in the video did I say, put her in her place, or I hate women? Nowhere at all. All we're simply doing is saying, this is a boundary. You don't want to adhere to it. You must leave. That is not misogyny. And that is a fact. Now we're going off of facts, not feelings. That is not misogyny. You can claim it's misogynistic, but you're incorrect.
She's claiming that men manipulating, calling other girls that as a woman isn't manipulating by using someone. Time. Women are done. They know men want sex. We don't go. Yeah.
The content of your Instagram gives underlying misogynistic tones. That's all I was saying. And
where on the Instagram does it say we hate women?
And like I said, you believe that women can't take
No. Let's take
leadership roles.
Misogynistic doesn't only mean hate. It
Yeah.
also means you have a prejudice.
We literally pulled that up.
And then there's different forms of hate. There's
Listen,
different
you
forms
guys
of
are
hate.
contorting. No. We're not going to let you guys come on the podcast and contort the definition of misogyny. Misogyny is the hate and or contempt of women. We brought it up on
And
here.
prejudice. It said it.
Okay, how are we prejudiced against
Look
women?
it up on Urban Dictionary. Or on another dictionary. Look it up on another dictionary.
Look, I'm
You
not
pulled up
saying
this
you
one specific dictionary.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
That was the Webster definition.
That's the Webster.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that one.
Urban Dictionary?
Hold on.
What the
Look it up on another dictionary.
Pause. Victoria, okay. You guys came back multiple times. Do we hate you guys? Like, not at all. Like, we treat you like guests.
If we hated women, we wouldn't even have them on the podcast.
There you go.
I don't think you hate.
We want to hear your opinion.
The facts is, what we're doing is facts. What you're thinking is opinion. It's underlying tone. So please live by facts and not your opinion.
And here's the thing. When I said men lead in relationships, I have empirical data to prove that. Since the beginning of time, men have been in leadership positions.
I'm not denying that, yeah.
Okay? And we're in the society we're in because men built it. Now, within the confinements of a relationship, men lead, women follow. We've brought on hundreds of women on this podcast. We've asked them all. Do you prefer a masculine dominant man, or do you want to be the dom and be the leader in the relationship? You know what the women overwhelmingly say? I want a man that I can follow his lead.
Yeah.
And then, that means, by her following his lead, she must be what? Submissive. What I'm teaching in that video is, you need to be a leader. And
Dude, that shit's hilarious. I love these guys. That's what had me at work now when one of the girls, she was not like that, but this girl's going around in circles. I have no idea what she's talking about. She's like, well, you might be giving off, this and that. What the hell are you talking about? I'm so confused. Like, this woman has no idea what she's talking about, and she won't stop talking. And they're all trying to cover, the other girls are trying to cover, and one of the girls not even talking at all. She's just listening. Because she's probably thinking this girl's crazy now. I guess, oh well. Taking my little testosterone booster. That's crazy, man. The guy's just trying to tell them the truth, and then they're getting all upset about it. Yeah, these podcasts are super fucking long. Facts versus feelings. Holy shit. I'm sorry, I had to finish that off. That was just priceless. That's crazy. Like, what?
Jakob, I got Zahidi out. He's on his way.
I get what they're saying is... Like, I don't like super... I don't know what the hell people keep on, like, trying to repeat the same thing over and over and over and over again. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, dude, why don't you just fucking listen? Your feelings. I'd say feelings will never meet logic. And like, when I see some girls come on the show and that they actually do like say like I quit fans and they come on the show for multiple times and I don't know. Fit fresh thing. They come on there multiple times and they're like, yeah, I stopped only fans and that. I started talking to my parents again and that, you know, I started like I feel better now. And they're trying that's what they're trying to explain, like it is all about the feelings. Your feelings themselves have the capacity of changing the world. Thing is, if your feelings are unjust, so to speak, and you don't have enough logic with feelings, then you're always going to be sitting there. You're going to be having a lot of hatred and shit. That's all we're saying. You're gonna hate yourself for it. You're gonna feel empowered because you're releasing a lot of emotions that your dopamine levels are gonna go through the fucking roof. Who the fuck's that? I thought with one of the girls at work tonight, you know, I just told her, but I was like, you have to understand there's consequences all acts and that. And when it was obvious that it was happening, then she finally realized that there's consequences all active. That's all it is. Well, it has to do with your upbringing. When you have a bad upbringing, then yeah, you're going to have issues with it because you weren't. You were in a good upbringing, so more or less likely you're not going to understand all the little things. Some people have bad upbringings. One of the guys is saying that Friday has a past, that's why she's getting offended. She's like, no, I didn't have a past. Like, what are you talking about? It's like, you don't get these, you don't get any type of feelings like this unless you have a past. Like, feelings themselves relate to what we go through. It's called trauma.
I'm on my way.
So, like, if I feel like I'm gonna get hurt in that as a man, I do complain about it because I don't have what other men have. You know, I don't have, much amount of money and resources and that. It's not saying that I can. I just don't have them right now. That shit's crazy though. That was a funny episode though. That girl wouldn't stop. She would not stop constantly repeating the same thing over and over again on that podcast I was listening to. She didn't know how to just accept that she was wrong. It's like, you're a full-grown person. How do you not accept things that are wrong? It's just like a man not accepting that girl doesn't like him. Does it hurt? Yeah. I don't like being fucking played with. I don't. It does happen, though. It's annoying.
Move out. Right away. East.
There's a ravine to the east. You'll have to go south around it.
You know this forest?
I've gone further than anyone else. I'm not a deserter. I came into this forest because I'm an explorer. A voyager. Like you, Outrider.
We're heading beyond the anomaly. Don't know if we'll be coming back, but we could use a guide.
It's become a regular clown car.
That's crazy, though.
My God.
Like I said, I never met women like this in real life, really, so I wouldn't even know.
To an alien civilization all these years.
In this case, aren't we the aliens?
These ruins are ancient.
$69 US Special Forces device turns men into beasts. It emulates 54,000 crunches in...
I'm sure we still have honestly, I don't know, but if you can get a receiver above this tree line, we should be close enough to pick up
Why
the
are
trail
men
again.
so intimidated by the idea of coming home to a independent woman?
We're not intimidated.
I would think that an independent woman, like, independence is an attractive quality.
No. How would you define independence?
I mean, in simple terms, a woman who doesn't need a man but wants a man.
Oh, you said a woman who doesn't need a man but wants a man.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you mean by, like, I'm trying to understand what do you mean by
I mean, I'm not a child. I don't need a parent, you know? I want to be in a partnership. I want somebody who will, if I'm younger than him, for example, I want him to strive to raise me to his level. Just like, I feel like top tier men are drawn to people who they want to be their peers eventually. They like lifting people up, and I think that in a relationship it should be the same.
Well, I think for me, I think you're viewing it like as a woman. I think it's hard to view it as a man. I think it's a reality thing because there's certain things that you value that men wouldn't value. So, for example, if you, let's say you made $200,000 a year, right? And your man made $50,000 a year, you would eventually want him to get there. Is that fair to say, ladies? And if he was lazy and he didn't want to get there, he wanted to stay at 50,000, would that be a turnoff? You didn't want to get better?
Yeah, it's not about laziness. Like, here's another example. If I wanted to study something, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to work for the next 8 years, medical school, for example, then if my man is willing to support me, I want him to eventually be happy with my success.
Yeah, so let me finish my example, and I want to answer your question. So the point is that you guys want a man to get on your level. So guys, if a woman was making $50,000 and you're making $200,000, do you want her to make $200,000? Is that a priority for you guys?
No, not at all.
So you see, guys, they don't view it that way. They like you gotta think about it. Men are conditioned to protect and provide for thousands of years. So men are not looking for a teammate who can do what they do. You know, like the best way I can break it down.
But it's not about doing
Yeah.
But it's not about doing what they do. It's about doing me and being supported and supported emotionally.
Here's the problem: a man with options can choose, and unfortunately, you're the worst option. No disrespect. No disrespect, because here's the reality. There's two guys, right? There's a guy that makes $500. All things equal. They're both handsome. They're both tall. They're both successful in their own sense, right? One is a successful teacher making $50,000. One is a successful doctor making $500,000. Which one is more attractive?
I'm so sorry. I blinked out.
Okay, cool. So
So there's two guys, and everything is equal. Okay. One of them makes 50,000. One of them makes 500,000. Which one is more attractive? Everything is equal.
It's okay to say the truth.
I know.
Listen. Obviously, honestly,
She's still on an equal part.
I'm just as mesmerized by shiny things as any other person is. I find that sometimes men who have a lot
No.
become entitled.
No, listen. I just said everything was equal.
Okay, then yeah, for sure the men have more. I like to be better.
Because you value that more. So what you gotta understand is women who think independent, you like that in men. A man being independent, a man not needing you, a man to be able to take care of himself on his own. That's what you value in men. Men don't want that in women. Because the reality of the matter is, when a woman is really turned on by a man, when a woman is really in love with a man, when she really respects him, she becomes utterly dependent upon him because she does not want him to leave.
So here's what I don't like. My biggest fear is to lose my independence and to rely on somebody else.
And know where that comes from?
Maybe you'll turn up.
Where does that come from?
If you can turn invisible, may not be so easy.
I don't know. I mean, I've been independent since I was 18, and I think it's a very important thing to me.
I know, but where does that fear come from?
I don't know. I don't want to rely on anyone. I wasn't brought up to rely on anyone, and I don't think
exactly that came. So what happened in childhood? Either your experience showed you, or somebody communicated that to you. Because you're talking about, I have a fear. You can't live your life according to fear. Imagine me saying, I have a fear of crashing on a plane. I can never get on the plane. Damn. So your whole relationship movement is based upon a fear. That's unhealthy. And so what I've noticed is a lot of women, when they move in a relationship, it's based out of fear. You can't live your life based upon fear.
I think it's unhealthy to put yourself in situations where you could potentially be left with nothing.
But that's the mindset. You see how you're living your life? You're living your life worst case scenario thinking. Imagine me saying, I don't want to start a business because if I open a business, I can lose all my money. Because that's the risk of starting a business. You can put all your time, energy, effort, and money into a business and lose it all. So what happens is a lot of women have seen either from divorces in their family, either from their mom whining, complaining, or they've seen a woman being in an unhealthy situation, and now their fear is the worst case possible scenario.
So here's another worst case possible scenario.
But you do not see how living like that is a problem.
I do understand. I completely agree, but I do think that there's a place for responsibility. And women in relationships, because there is a power dynamic, oftentimes can be put in situations where they can't get out.
So here's the problem. You said oftentimes. That is your personal experience.
It's not my personal experience. All of my relationships have ended amicably, and I respect all of my exes. I've never been abused, thank God. I've never had any negative situations like that where I relied on someone. Never.
So let me tell you why this personal experience. Because when it comes to divorce, if you can look it up right now, we have all the data. Women divorce men at higher rates than men divorce women. 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. We have Google right now. We can go ahead and pull it up. So the reality of women being left by men is a misnomer. It is feminine mythology.
I'm not talking about. My concern is not being left by a man. My concern is jumping head on into a relationship where I'm feeling like I'm being supported and helped. Eventually, losing my independence because I'm relying on him. I don't need to work if somebody's paying my rent.
What does that mean?
So I'm explaining. Wait, Alan. What did you say a second ago?
What I said is that your fear, you literally said the fear.
Oh, okay, I remember what I was talking about, okay? My fear isn't that I won't be able my fear isn't that my man will leave me. My fear is that I won't be able to leave because I'll be put in a situation where I can't leave.
Okay, so that fear is based upon a worst case scenario. You're living your life on a worst case scenario. If you take that energy into business, you'll never be successful.
But
let me finish. If you take that energy into finances, you never have any money. If you take that energy into friendship, you never have any friends. So what happens is that if you live your life based upon a scenario that appears what they can happen, that's how people. The wise thing to be is to be like, okay, that's a possibility. So how can I, as a woman, find the right kind of man who will support me and help me not make that happen? There's no way possible you're going to find a guy with 100% of the time he will never do anything wrong. So life is a risk. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Number one, I do think that being a woman in the world, you do have to live not in fear. Maybe fear is the wrong word to use, but you do have to be very, very conscious and cautious of all the dangers around you. And relationships can turn dangerous at a certain point. That's number one. I'm not saying I'm living out of fear, not at all. Every relationship that I've been in.
What does that mean, though? You just said relationships can turn dangerous at a certain point. You know what's very fascinating about this, with what you just shared? What do you mean by dangerous? You mean domestic violence?
Also.
Okay, so let's talk about domestic violence. You know what's fascinating? You know domestic violence and lesbian couples are the highest of all couples?
I mean, whether it's lesbians or straights or anything, it doesn't matter. Being in a relationship where you're relying 100%, where you're codependent, is unhealthy, in my opinion.
See, this is what happens when you create strawmans. When you make an extreme. So on one end of the extreme is codependency, where I have nothing without you. Another end of the extreme is where you're probably at, independency. I am without you. But the healthy medium is interdependency, is that I could exist without you, but I not only want you, but I need you.
So can I say...
Let me finish. Because I'll be honest with you, right now, the energy that you're on is masculine energy.
Oh, God, no.
No, why? Because you're comfortable. This is the problem. You're comfortable with having to usurp your way. So a lot of times, there's no...
Spencer, this round, your legacy are in peril. You must come home.
Storm brewing. Warn the others. We need to find shelter.
I mean, honestly, like, I would say the way I always think about women in that. Man, there's a lot of shit to learn. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get off right now. I'm getting tired as fuck. That's crazy. I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye-bye.